Hey everyone, Chris here. Just a really quick pointer that unfortunately I messed up with the microphones for this session, so my voice is super duper quiet because I forgot to adjust my microphone on the spanking brand new mixer we have. So unfortunately, it's kind of low. We tried to fix that by we're working to put some closed captions on the YouTube video. So if you're having trouble hearing my voice, or if you're just having trouble hearing anyone's voice, really, just go to our YouTube channel, Swede Fighters, basically, and it will be available there with closed caption. I know this is super inconvenient for a lot of people, especially since we're trying for a podcast format, and I do really apologize for that, but in the next episode, we will not have the same problem, I guarantee it. It's a learning process, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and all that. Anyway, enjoy the show, hope you like it, and I'll see you guys in about 2 weeks. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dungeons & Dragons with Swede Fighters. We are starting a new campaign, which is loosely based, or actually is quite well based, on Lost Mines of Phandelver, the starting adventure of Dungeons & Dragons. And we're starting with fresh new characters, and in a different part of the setting, which is going to be the Thousand Hills. The Thousand Hills is a landlocked little country filled with halflings and gnomes and humans and the occasional dwarves. There's about a handful of elves spread around, some very reclusive type, and there hasn't been a dragonborn in Thousand Hills for thousands of years, probably. It's a small, calm farming community where our characters will start in the middle of harvest season, which is the late summer, early fall. And we're in the small settlement of Applecasters, which is the capital parish of the region of Westmere. Westmere is a region of Thousand Hills. There's going to be a lot of names flying around, so there will be a map down in the corner somewhere.
Possibly a link to it later.
Possibly a link, of course. You all have the maps in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Is this
shiny.
the Thousand Hills?
That's the Thousand Hills. Exactly.
Okay.
So it will be here. In this
All right,
region
so let me get straight. Thousand Hills is the great country.
That's a country.
The part of it we're being in is
Westmere.
Westmere, and within Westmere we have
We
the
are
Thousand.
currently in Applecasters,
Right.
which is the capital city of the region, and also where there's a huge harvest festival taking place.
Why is it a capital city, not just it is the capital?
It is the capital city of the region because that's where the lord of the region lives, and the lord is also called the
Grand Farmer?
the farm's head. The grand farmer is the lord of all of it, and he
Well.
lives somewhere else.
Maybe not the education.
No. Farm's head is the name for the local lord of a region, and the parish itself in the city is being managed by the townskeeper. I'm gonna get these words confused all the time because I wrote all this and I was like, "This, I'm never gonna forget this," and I did. So bear with me,
Like you do.
like I do. And we're all playing we're starting at level 1, of course, and you're from around the region. There's a couple of different parishes around. Some of you might not be from Applecasters at all. You might be from the swamps in the southwest, or you might be from the hillside in the eastern part of the region. Being landlocked, Thousand Hills relies a lot on roads that are fairly well maintained for trade. There are no landlocked means there's no oceans. That's a car. And there are all natural mountain ranges around the region that sort of...
So it's a huge valley, seemingly.
It's basically Slovenia, Austria, Switzerland. So there's Alpish mountains. It's around lots of valleys, very fertile soil.
And then I guess in the easy regions to pass between the mountains, there be cities, natural borders.
Yeah, exactly. There's natural borders, there's cities. The borders shift a little bit depending on who a farmer... who a farmer wants to be loyal to. Farmers have a really strong presence here because most of the food consumed in the Caledon Concord comes from this region. Actually, the grain, the corn, all of it comes from Thousand Hills.
Yeah. Needs to be said though, what you just mentioned, that this country, this region, everything is still part of the main country we used to play in. as our old characters.
Yeah, exactly.
We're still using it. We're gonna continue using it.
Yeah. So the Caledon Concord, as it's called, is basically an allegiance of smaller nations.
Rome! No, wait.
No, that's more of the Heritage and Republic
Yeah,
Dragonborn.
everything should be Rome.
It should be like Rome, yeah. This is basically a couple of countries that went together into an alliance after a few wars between each other, mostly to protect each other from outside threats. In fact, the Caledon Concord, the Thousand Hills was one of the founding nations of it. Other nations that joined later. But Caledon, the Thousand Hills, and the Dwarven Kingdom all banded together during an orcish invasion a couple of hundred
Damn
years ago.
those orcs everywhere, every time.
There are orcs here. There were no orcs in the Oaken Isles, but there are orcs here in the mountains. Yes.
Yes, question. Is this Thousand Hills?
The whole thing is Thousand Hills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct. And
we're here.
Yeah, that's Westmere. That's where we are. Westmere borders a swamp region that eventually goes to Sable Basin Keep. It's kind of a no man's land, the swamp, so no one really owns it because there's really not much there. Someone might contest their claim.
There's no law.
And then to the south, there is it's actually a place called the North Keep, which is not on the map. It's another part of the Caledon Concord called the North Keep. And further to the east, there's like the elven forests and blah, blah, blah. You've never been there. You've hardly ever left your region, most of you. Except perhaps for the wizard who has been to the Magician's College or the Magical College.
You fancy.
Of course.
The Magical Colleges, you might remember from the previous campaign, is where Linda's character Astra came from, or where she studied. And in Caledon, the usual way for any noble person or someone who has more scholastic bent will go to the magical colleges to study not only magic, but also finances, politics, geography, history. It's the classical education.
So wait, in the old campaign, my brother studied at the towers.
No, your brother was part of the international accountant conglomerate, and they have their own schools.
Perfect.
They are still around. They don't have as much of a presence here because there's really... The sea is more where they kind of peddle their trade. But you can be certain that there are agents of the IAC hiding behind every corner, watching how you spend the money and how the cash flows. The most important tenets is, of course, the spending of money and the flowing of cash. But you wouldn't know much about that. None of you are members of the IAC. Not even our resident rogue, who has not really been recruited into the IAC. They tend to not be very fond of too tall people.
All right.
We're not going to go too much into the religion of the area because that's something I put a lot of time and effort into, and all of your characters are basically agnostic. So, but there is the state religion of the new pantheon that most of you are aware of and believe in. There are 9-ish gods, all kind of represented by the planets.
But hey, there's only copper, silver, and gold. Why do you need more?
True. If that's your god, that if Mammon is your god, then you know that Mammon is your god. But there's the Lord of the Sun, Ius, the Day Warden. There's Aelan, the Night Mistress, so Sun and Moon. There's Atix, the Warrior. She's patron god of destruction, honor, and the Forge as well, and war, of course. She's kind of hot-blooded, likes to fight, and her sibling Iris, the Scholar, is kind of the opposite. He's the calm, collected god of knowledge, creation, humility, repose, like rest. Then you have Taya and Ainon, the twin gods of fate. So they're kind of intertwined. They're two planets that kind of circle each other as they circle solar system. And they are supposed to be gods of both luck and misfortune. So they're kind
Who
of
is who? We don't know.
We don't know. It could be Taya, that's the god of fortune, but if you worship only Taya, then you're gonna have misfortune come down upon you. So you pay them respect.
And hope bad luck passes you by.
Most of these gods you just pay homage, and you might pick a patron god if you're so inclined. There's Alethor, who's the hearthkeeper, the god of the hearth, the home, the family, farming, stuff like that.
Alright, what was the name of that deity?
Alethor.
Letar. Leta.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Alethor, the hearthkeeper. And his counterpart is Pekna, the Wanderer, who is the god of traveling, trade, exploration, independence. I can give you guys a list of this later if you want.
Yeah, it's more. I think if you're a farmer, you should know the name of Alethor
Oh,
at least.
Alethor is very a popular god.
Basic common. You swear to him or her or it or whatever.
There's
I don't
also
really care.
finally Ara, the judge. And Ara is a bit special. She is the furthest out planet, and she handles both birth and death, interestingly. And also the judicial system of this region, or basically of the entire Concord, is that you do have guards and lords, and the lords are in different ways involved in judging people who have committed crimes. But generally, a priest or priestess of Ara will be called in to serve as like a
Mediator?
mediator or a judge, because they're considered to be very neutral or very non-biased.
I say they would be excellent juries and then executioners.
Yes. Not so much executioners, that would be Atix's.
No, so if I would become a cleric of that religion, I could put on a mask, go around screaming, "I am the law," right?
No, that would not work, because you'd have to be approved of the Church of Ara.
Yeah, if I became proved.
This is not your Oaken Isle bullshit where there's no organized...
No. I'm gonna join the church, get organized, get a cloak of some kind, like the thumb of approval, and then I will judge people.
They are usually called in on a formal account, so you can't just go around judging people. I mean, you could probably get away with it, but then someone's going to be like, hey, hold on a minute here. But
Not
Ara
if you
is
have a
also-
lawgiver.
I just want to hold a book in one hand and point my finger and scream things. I mean, that is...
Then you might want to be a follower of the old gods. That would be the dragon gods. The old gods are something that Linda's character would be more familiar with. They're more of nature gods. There's the god of water, wind, earth, and fire. And there's Bahamut and Tiamat as well, who are either the parents or they're all siblings. It's not really clear. These are the old gods. The sea serpent is still worshipped in some parts of the world.
Well, I participated in creating the world.
But the general theological framework is that these were the old gods. They didn't care too much about the mortals. And when civilization came around, their servants or slaves, depending on who's telling the story, rose up against them and formed the new pantheon, who are more involved in society and civilization. It's not like you can walk up to your god and say hi, but
no.
if you send prayers to them, they're going to grant you with miracles. Probably.
Perhaps. So the priests say.
Yes, so the priests say. But it is...
Does the churches have religious fighting orders that keeps the land in check, or
there
are they
is,
more just temples? That's it.
It's not a very oppressive religion. I would
All right.
Compare it to perhaps... I don't know, I think Greece more than Rome, because I know in Rome the church was a lot more political. It depends really on where you are. If you're in Caledon, the capital city, there is of course going to be intrigue and stuff like that. But the church has a very important role in most services and festivities and such. But they're not, they don't have combat orders, as it were. You could be a paladin for one of these gods if you wanted.
I was thinking, like, do they have crusaders and stuff like that?
Not really.
All right.
You could proclaim yourself a crusader of a god, for example. You could say,
But no
"I'm going
organized
to be-
militia, all right.
I'm going to be a paladin of Atix, and we're going to go out and kill orcs." And Atix would probably be cool with that. But there's not like, here's the order of Atix, and everyone joins it to go out and fight orcs. There's no wars going on at the moment.
At the moment being the
We
key
don't know
word.
anything about some islands up north.
Oh yeah.
Barbarians up north.
Oh yeah, by the way, the time scale in this should be mentioned from the previous campaign. It's what, 100 years in the past?
No, we don't know. It's a
All right,
vague,
right.
We don't know. It might be a surprise. We'll see later. But you have no real grasp on it. It is the year 436. The year 436.
436 of what?
That's the year.
Of the calendar, yeah.
Of
Sure.
the calendar.
That's
the
it.
year 436 of the calendar. And it is harvest season. And harvest season is the time when people basically start stocking up for the winter. Winters in this region is fairly mild, so harvest season is kind of extended. But the wheat, for example, is being harvested now. The apples are being picked, the summer apples. The fall apples we're picking later. It's a huge festivity, as there always is a huge festivity in this region. everyone's partying all the time, and you are currently there, either with family or with friends or on your own. I know, for example, that David's character, you are a orphan.
Yes.
And the interesting thing about being an orphan is that the Church of Ara also handles orphanages. So every Church of Ara is also an orphanage, which doesn't mean that you have to become a priest of Ara. It's just a service they do because they also handle childbirth and they handle death. So they're kind of like the caretakers of life, as it were. So you have lived in Apple Caskers for quite a while.
Yeah.
You might have traveled, but that's your hometown. That's where you were found or
Born and
abandoned.
raised.
Born and raised. Maybe
Yes.
not born, but definitely raised. I know that Daniel's character, you're not from around here. You're further south.
Yeah, the deep south.
The deep south. You're one of the swamp folks.
We got banjos aplenty.
Perhaps. Are you from New Earswick?
No, I thought I was from a place that doesn't even have a name on a map.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Upper Poppleton, which is the southernmost town in this region. There's a thing that people always forget Upper Poppleton. Upper Poppleton. People can't even pronounce its name.
And
So
people are kind of ashamed from time to time.
Upper Poppleton is kind of at the bottom here, close to the swamp.
Yeah.
People are sort of ashamed, indeed, for coming there. It's really the ass end of the world.
Yep.
And Upper Poppleton is the only thing that is its saving grace is that it for now has the only trading route to the east, as you can see on the map. Because Phandelver, which has a road going east, it has been abandoned for quite a while. Phandelver is actually where an orcish horde invaded this region.
That's around Apple Cask
Apple
Wood.
Casker Woods, yes, exactly. Phandelver was invaded by orcs. That's where a huge battle was fought. And that's at least said to be one of the places where they forged the alliance that would eventually become the Concord. What are you looking for?
Look for my maps.
They're there somewhere.
Yes, probably.
But Phandelver has been abandoned. It's an old mining town, one of the very few. There are still a couple of hundred people living, like 400 or 500 farmers, and there are some gold diggers in the area because there's gold in the mountains.
Gold diggers.
So there's some people standing in rivers.
Damn,
and,
it's a trade.
trying to get gold and fighting against goblins who are frequent in the area.
Sifting gold in the swamps.
Well, the swamps don't have much gold, unfortunately. They do have a lot of
Well,
they
hey.
have a lot of gators.
No, hey, the gold grows. I mean, look, got plenty of it.
True.
You just has the brood right.
Could be a lot of gold. It's
What?
just covered in a lot of muck.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Mucking.
the best place to grow them, in the muck.
Yes.
Plenty of nutrients.
Yeah, my family used to be rich, so we buried it in the swamp, and now we're poor.
Because you forgot where you buried it.
Yep.
No, that entire place is gone now.
Yeah, we built a new city upon it and then burned it.
I fell down and sank to the swamp.
And then in
And the
it.
third one stood.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only Monty Python reference we can make this session.
Oh, you think?
I hope. Alright, that's a lot of information dumping. I will, if you have any questions about stuff, you can ask me, and the worst thing I can do is go, and then there will be an awkward cut in the video, and you will know the answer to it.
Right.
When we cut back, there's a person missing.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
The one who asked the questions.
There's blood on the background.
You know too much.
Yeah. Okay,
Cut.
so that's, I think that's as good of an introduction to the setting as we can get, I believe. Any questions so far?
I'm just thinking about a music theme if you want to watch this and you have some background music. I mean,
I would very much compare it to the beginning of Lord of the Rings. It's exactly that kind of landscape. You have fiddles and violins playing.
okay.
There are fireworks in the evening. Everyone is looking forward to that. Old Eliwick, the gnome wizard of the town. There's a wizard. There's usually just one wizard of the town.
Now there's two.
Now there's two in the town.
Duel to the death.
Old Eliwick.
There can be only one.
He is grumpy and he's tired, and he has legendary, amazing fireworks that no one knows how he does them because he doesn't want anyone to see it. So that's a staple of every festival. In the evening, there's fireworks. The town is fairly big. There's a couple of 4,000 or 5,000 people roughly living in the area. A lot more when it's festivals, because people just kind of congregate into this small area.
It's party town.
It's party town.
Oh yeah.
How long is it to travel from Upper Poppleton
What, you live in Upper Poppleton?
to
Roughly
Apple Casker?
Each centimeter on this map is roughly
3 kilometers, you said?
Kilometers.
You said.
I might have been wrong. Could be 5, but I think it's 3 kilometers.
Yeah.
So if you have a...
And how... Oh yeah, we can write this down. How long can you travel in one day with certain things?
Well, that really depends. I believe that you can actually travel somewhere around 20 miles. So that would be like 35 kilometers a day.
Yeah,
by foot.
if you just
walk
march
around.
it.
Yeah, that's marching. Horses can do about 20 miles a day.
Wait.
Roughly.
Why only? I mean, they're faster.
Horses, this is interesting. Thank you for asking this, because I looked it up. I have a little book called Alexander the Great and the Logistics of the Macedonian Army, which is a book published in the 70s about how long a horse can walk a day and how much they can carry. Because he did like an analysis of Alexander's crusades or conquest. And it turns out that it's really dumb to have horses if you're traveling far, because horses don't want to walk during the night. They don't want to eat while walking. They don't want to eat when you tell them to eat. They'll eat when they want to eat. And the amount of stuff they can carry is not as much as the stuff they need to eat. So they're actually not super useful for transporting over a long distance. Oxen are a little bit better, but they're much slower. Oxen can only go about 10 miles a day, which is roughly 15 kilometers.
And that's what we're gonna use, right?
Yes. Well, you don't know that yet.
I'm just writing it down so I know.
So 10-ish miles, so 15 kilometers.
I'm
This
gonna-
is actually scientifically proven fact.
So it
I had to
takes
look it up.
two days.
It would take 2
approximately.
days by oxen to go to Phandelver,
Straight.
for example.
You want to go by road.
Yeah, but
If you were to
I
go
know.
by oxen to Upper Poppleton, the more I say the thing, the more I like it. If you were to go by foot to Upper Poppleton, it would take maybe 3 days, 2-3 days. Oxen, it would take 4 or 5 days. The roads, there is a lot of inclinations here. This is the Thousand Hills. And as you can see on the map, there's mountain ranges on the sides, especially to the east. And that means that it's going up. So it's slow going.
Yep.
But you are kind of in the pit
Valley.
of the valley. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's also where the lakes are. It's also where the valley goes. That's
So it's always easy going home.
absolutely.
You just roll
the
downhill.
road home is always easy. But yeah,
That's why no one leaves.
no one leaves. No one ever leaves Apple Caskers. It's a
No.
great town.
Yeah.
So
Challenge accepted.
it is evening of the final day of the Apple Harvest Festival, which is one of 3 Apple Harvest Festivals of the year. This one happens to be in the fall, early fall. You are currently finding yourself in one of the most popular taverns where you manage to get a table. How you manage to get a table, we might not want to talk about here. Certainly could involve violence, bribery, or just pure luck. You're sitting squashed up in a corner of the cider cellar, which is the, again, most popular tavern of Apple Caskers. And you're there because you're friends from before. You might be childhood friends, or you've met each other a few times. Not all of you might know each other. But let's have a little round of introductions before we go any further. And who wants to start?
The tallest one should.
All right, we're doing that. So, David, you are the tallest one. Tell us about your character.
Well, my character is a half-elf named Alethor.
Mhm.
As you mentioned before, born and raised in this quite little area. Grew up in an orphanage, had this rebellious period, and basically lived on the streets for a while before actually, I don't know what you would call it, getting a...
Job?
No, well, basically a job. Working with an old apple farmer and getting a roof over my head for the trouble.
This half-elf is quite unusual. Half-elves are generally not common.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever feel like that you stood out? There's a lot of short people around here.
Yeah.
But humans too.
Mm-hmm.
How tall are you?
I'm not sure.
We'll
Is
make
that
that
up
out
for
later.
discussion
Up
or...
for discussion, or you can roll it. There's stats for that in the player's handbook. But
It makes you weird.
6-ish feet, maybe.
Let's go with 6'2".
Ooh, you're a tall one.
Yes.
Right. And you were raised in, of course, the orphanage of Ara.
Yes.
So your priestess, you want to know her name?
Yes.
Her name is Eswell Brightwood. It's Esvelesl and Brightwood.
Brightwood.
She is stern, a little bit old, gray hair, of course. Looks like an old school teacher, like kind of but she's not.
Ooh.
She's stern looking, but she's not a very stern person.
Bun in the
she's
back.
Loving, yeah, exactly. Her hair is up in a
Alright.
bun. Looks a little bit like Professor McGonagall, perhaps.
Irene Mortensen?
Yeah, could be. And tough love. No, not tough love. Just stern love.
Just tough.
Just tough.
No love.
Definitely unbreakable.
Yes.
You cannot win an argument with her.
No. As I've experienced.
But she
Partly
has
why I
limitations. Oh yeah, you left.
You grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were 25, and she's like, you can't stay there anymore.
Yes, I can. No, you can. Okay.
The bed is too small for you. The other children are scared of you. There weren't that many children, actually, because adoption is fairly common in the area, which might have actually made you even more embittered that most of your childhood friends got adopted or moved on to other farms. But no one ever...
Because I'm a huge freak.
You're a huge freak.
Yes.
Definitely
Again.
not projecting that yourself. Everyone thinks you're a freak.
Well, I have a lot of resentment against both elves and humans, really.
Indeed.
Because I've never met an elf. All I've ever heard is how graceful and tall and beautiful they are, and I've distanced myself from that as much as possible, out of spite.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
So,
reasonable.
yeah.
That's reasonable.
And that's partly why I turned to the rogue.
Uh-oh. Thought you meant bottle there for a moment.
No, nothing like that. I've heard elves like wine, so no, none of that.
You drink the exact opposite of wine. What would
Yes.
that be?
Beer?
Mead?
Water.
Probably mead.
Oh, mead.
Whiskey.
You hate it,
Something.
but you drink it anyway.
It
not
tastes
sewer
so
water.
good. It's
Right.
Well, if you're associated with the most graceful beings in
Are
this
you
little
graceful?
world. Yes, but
all right. Then.
Begrudgingly.
I don't like it.
You tend to stumble a lot by design, right?
No, I just don't display it. I could probably run up walls and stuff, but no.
All right.
If hard pressed, you could perhaps gracefully sit by a waterfall, but only if hard pressed.
And the sun is right.
Very hard.
Shining through the...
So, Alethor, who here do you know from before? Who do you like?
Maybe we should go through all the characters
Okay,
first.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can do that. That was Alethor.
Yes.
Of course, a physical appearance. Besides that, age-ish?
Elven.
Elven.
Yeah.
Ageless.
Yeah.
I could be 200 and still look 20.
Yeah,
So
roughly.
Or you're 300 and dead.
yeah.
Maybe I spent a really long time at the orphanage because you don't age.
They won't let you leave. Come on, I've been here since you were born.
Yeah, Brightwood was a kid when I got there.
Oh yeah, that's awkward. I always find it really strange that elves and dwarves age so slowly. Like, are they slow developers?
It seems like it.
Seems like it. Yes, 60 years and you're barely a kid. How does Alethor?
Well, appearance.
Angsty.
Is that an appearance?
Sure.
I thought of that as a personality trait. No, but I'm begrudgingly have the fair lines and, well, tall and all that, but unkempt.
Hair, long, short, age, like Nick Carter, Backstreet Boys.
No, more of
No one's gonna get that
Viking-ish.
reference. More Viking-ish.
Yes. Shaved,
So scruffy.
partly shaved,
Alright.
braids.
Yes,
Keep it
still
out of
good
my
looking, I
face.
guess.
It's still good looking. He's
Yeah.
killing that look.
Yeah,
Probably.
Makes me more bitter.
Yes.
Half-elves generally don't have much facial hair, but you can have some if you want. A little-
No.
No.
You can't grow it.
Hammurabi beard.
He wants to.
Yes.
Assyrian, like.
Yeah. Solid.
You can kill people with it. No,
It's like a loaf of bread.
It is.
No, yeah, detachable. Alright, that's Alethor.
Yes.
Does he have a last name?
Not that he knows.
Okay, he's just Alethor.
Yes.
Oh,
Not Alethor.
it's like
No.
elves, they only need one name. Common people have two names, but he all right,
Gotta be an
right?
elf.
Yeah,
Gotta be an
yeah.
He's an orphan.
Let's go on to another gloomy, angsty teenager.
All right. So, about almost a meter tall, yet yeah, almost. It's crotch height for you, man. This little guy.
Always, like, that's the number one thing we got.
No, if you say 6 feet, mine's like 3 feet, so it's in the middle.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah, ass or crotch height, you pick. Anyhow,
Good punch height.
no, it's uppercut height. Anyhow, this is a halfling. This is kind of a rugged halfling. Wants to look better. Hair is made to be blue. It's cut kind of short and swished over the side of the head. Wears leather with spikes.
It's not a face, mom.
Jesus.
Yeah, and the hair is like covering off of the face, and it's
I love it.
jewelry everywhere of elven design.
they're
The
very
pointy ears are clearly visible. Yep. I don't know if he squints the eyes enough, it turns kind of elvish. This is an elven fanboy. Has a
Going
blade,
that road again.
always carries at the side a short blade for common people, an ordinary blade for me. It is clearly of elven design, and if everyone is actually looking, it's actually a broken elven blade someone threw away, sharpened it up and gave it to him. And of course, he goes around, semi-literate, but yet he can write poetry. Dark poetry. Oh yes, the goth vibe is strong in this fucker. Now, the name, of course, is Nightshade. Nightshade. The wind goes... Yes.
Nightshade, of course, has a deep and dark, mysterious past.
Very.
He doesn't share with anyone.
No, of course. Yeah, that's it. Age about teen, as said.
This is dying.
And according to some dice rolls made, this guy weighs in kilograms 18.6.
That's about a cat's weight.
Yeah.
Cat.
Yep. Although this guy can bench press slightly more.
Great.
Yep. He's a farming man. People can hear it in his voice and his timbre. He is not a man who likes to read books. He kicks knowledge away from him. Far away.
Versus pigs.
Yep.
Versus
Although,
gators.
there is something you need to know about this guy. He is famous in a, well, very certain yet kind of secretive way. Anyone who has ever been to a tavern or bar or anything knows that in the current history, or timeline, there's been a steady increase in taxation, in alcohol, everywhere. It's really expensive to drink here. But this guy rides his his dog around carrying casks of fine apple wine and gin secretly to places where people speak easily and surrender the alcohol.
He's a gin.
Yeah, he calls him. He is known by his other name, the Ginslinger. That's it.
Oh my god. But yeah, you supply a drink that's fairly not very uncommon, but fairly uncommon in this region. It's definitely stronger. It's like apple hooch almost.
Yeah, but we have several variations of alcohol.
So, how come this strange, mysterious creature has gotten a hold of so much apple gin? Does anyone know?
No one's asked and lived to tell the tale. That's what I say, at least. But he just possibly ran away. I don't know.
Really?
He's not fond of people touching him.
No touch.
No.
Then we have. Is that all, by the way?
Sometimes he makes readings of dark, deep poetry in Elven. He's pathetic, okay? It's that kind of character, but it's gonna be fun to play.
It's not pathetic. I think it's amazing. Then we have a character who did not have a name, and I got. But I'm thinking that's not.
No, I made it up right now. I took it from the player's handbook.
Okay,
So.
okay. No shame in that. No shame in that.
So I'm Milo Lightfoot.
Milo Lightfoot of the Lightfoot clan.
Yes. And by a young age, I was smarter than the other ones, and
Yeah, the
had
rest of
some
your-
They
talent.
told you were special, right? They do that.
I was special, okay?
Yeah.
You had a gift.
Yes, I had a gift.
I
And
might.
they-
Yeah.
I got taken to the College of Magic, where I have studied for a long time.
Yes, that's interesting. We haven't really settled on it, but there's a tradition of carriages, of perchance a black collar, traveling around the Caledon Concord, visiting towns and basically just
Looking for people with special talent.
exactly because it's also again the college is kept alive a lot by funding from lords who are hiring from the colleges. Not everyone who graduates gets a job, but it's like having a doctorate. You know, you're just better than everyone else.
How do you see doctors? You don't like them.
You got picked up and studied at the college.
Yes.
Where you found an interest.
Yes, I found an interest in archaeology. And I
Ancient
became a
forbidden
fan of the archaeology books, and want to become a known archaeologist in the world.
That's your dream.
But I'm a little bit too scared to go out on my own, so I'm looking for some reason or people that I trust I can go out and adventure with, because I want to be an archaeologist.
And you know, family is cheap labor, so you come back home. All right.
There is
I wanted-
in fact, a faction called the Delvers, which is a group of semi-archaeologist scholars. They're very exclusive, and they didn't have a dental insurance. So
I didn't get in.
you didn't get it. Unfortunately, no. Your grades just weren't good enough, I guess.
You haven't.
In the future.
You haven't found anything.
But the Delvers are funded by both the colleges and the Dwarven Kingdom. So if you prove yourself to them by finding something, you might get picked up in there.
That's my goal.
That's your goal.
And I went back home to see how the life was and say I'm done, and pick up my family pig, my best friend when I was younger.
Small when you left.
Yes.
Huge.
But now it's the only pig around.
You ate all the other
Yes.
to gain their powers.
Still, there can be only one.
They compete. No, wait. Never mind. I was going to... My brain just didn't connect. So you have a pig,
Yes.
and he's... or she's, or...
Familiar.
You're familiar. Is it a he or a she pig? And what's the name of the pig?
Is it oink? Scruffy? Smelly? Bacon?
No, not bacon. I haven't thought of it.
Truffles.
Truffles?
Ooh.
Snuffles.
Snuffles.
Truffles was awesome.
Sure, Snuffles, if you want.
It's cute.
Snarf.
Snorf.
Oh, no.
Oh, I know.
Please, veto.
Oh, no, I wrote Snarf. Shit. Snubbles. Oh man, the power of Thundercats is strong in this one. Snubbles then.
Yeah.
You can change your mind if you want.
But the pig won't.
This is your pig, your familiar,
Yes.
that you also
Ride
ride
on.
on.
Yes.
We discussed this
Se-
earlier,
se-
and I see no problem in you riding on your pig.
Since it gotten so big, I thought, why not?
So you're kind of a tiny halfling.
Yes.
You're what?
I look
it's a
like a
big
kid.
pig.
Yep. I
It's
mean,
a big pig.
It's a huge pig.
all right. As a halfling, are you especially tall or short, fat or thin?
I haven't thought about it, but I thought maybe a little bit smaller. I get mistaken for a kid, but every
Well, we all
halfling does,
do.
so
Yeah.
I'm thinking the pig. I mean,
The pig is bigger than your dog.
The pig could
I
probably
know.
not gallop or go very fast at all.
no.
And it doesn't mind you riding it, so
We're friends.
It doesn't
why
feel
walk
it
when you can ride?
Yeah.
in random directions in the forest.
Oh yeah, well, how much can you control where it actually goes?
I have a stick with a carrot on it.
With a truffle.
Yes, of course. Stick with the carrot.
That controls the pig.
I've been to college, look!
Previous campaign, we had like the captain of the guards and a wizard, and that was like a pig rider, a booze
Bootlegger.
bootlegger,
Goth gnome.
Goth bootlegger.
angsty teen elf.
Yeah. So, who is the mama? Come on.
So
It's kind of not fun to introduce my character after all this. I should have gone first.
Your name is Plain Jane, alright.
Kind of. My name
oh, and I have a whip.
Oh yes, you have a whip.
That's how you steer the freaking machine.
Oh, you have a whip.
Because I heard
Archaeologist.
the one of the best writers of archaeology books has a whip.
Ah, the
So,
famous one.
the famous one, yes.
Do you have his picture signed, autographed?
That's a future goal, maybe. Maybe a picture. I have a sun hat.
So like a
Straw hat.
Straw hat, yeah.
So
from my
straw
family.
hat riding a pig
Yeah,
and riding into town.
went
How
home
special!
And, my mom had made me a straw hat, so
You have robes.
Do you have clothes?
yes, I have.
You have one of those
traveling
fashionable
clothes.
hats.
Let's see, I have
This big
This big.
and
Oh, yeah.
wobbly.
Oh, yeah.
clothes.
And then
travelers.
corks hanging from...
I went home to pick some
Fashionable
apples
Australian.
Oh my god.
with my mage hand.
And you're not. You don't like it. It's not fun being all right.
No,
You
it.
were made for big
I remembered it was fun when I was little, but
But now you got fireballs.
I know the other parts of the world, and there's much more out there for me.
You've seen not Upper Puddleton.
Yes.
Like, this is bad.
Why do people live here? They're like in pain in
At
their
least it's not
soul.
Worms Hill. Nobody wants to live in Worms Hill.
Of course not.
Where is Worms Hill?
It's not even on there. It's on the other map. Worms Hill has a population of 700, and it's a region. I think it's Worms.
And 700 counting the rats.
Worms Hill is terrible.
Gross.
It's a shithole.
Yeah.
Okay, so Clover.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Your name
Um,
being?
Sorry.
What's your name?
My name is Clover Forrester. I come from a large apple farm where I grew up with my parents until they died. Not tragically or anything.
You just took them away one day. They're done.
Mom,
No,
Dad, let's go into the forest.
I need to own the farm now.
no. My mother passed in an illness, and my father passed in an accident a couple of years later. But I had a big family: aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents.
It's very common in Westmere and in Thousand Hills in general that you have huge farmsteads with lots of families, relatives living
Yeah.
together. So like small villages.
So
almost.
death is sad but not uncommon. You live with it and you move on, because we have a big family, so I'm never alone, even though I might have wanted it.
Do you feel guilt about this now?
No, I'm preoccupied with the forest.
You ran away from... Alright.
No, I'm still around, but my interest brought me into the forests instead of the farming. occupation.
Yeah.
So I've spent the last couple of years roaming around forests, going back to the farm every once in a while to help out.
You still alive?
Yeah,
But you find less and less reason, perhaps, to go back.
yeah. I
They're
mean,
dying off one
the
at a
farm is
time.
growing. They don't really need me.
They appreciate your help, but you're not like vital to the survival
No.
of the farm. So it kind of
I contribute with whatever I have on hand when I get back, help out a bit, and then I disappear for a few months again.
Are you human?
I am human.
Are you just seemingly human, or you're human?
I'm human.
What is Clover's last
What?
name?
Forester.
Forrester. Clover Forrester. And Clover, you're a druid, which
Yes.
generally doesn't work super well with the new gods, because the closest is Alethor, who is the god of the hearth, but it's all about farming with that guy.
Yeah, so I mean,
Nature
paying
is
respect
more
to the new gods is more of a, tradition. You leave something out for Alethor or
Yeah, but you're more like loyal-ish to the old gods, who are the gods of wilderness, the gods of forests and mountains.
they feel more natural.
Yeah.
They come more naturally.
Yeah, so that would be the dragons, basically, or as they're also called, the serpents. You're loyal to them. The names of those are in the notes. I will give them to you at some other point. A huge thing with the dragons is that they're never really personally interacting with you. You have experienced the blessings of the serpent of the forest, for example, but it's never like, oh, the serpent appeared before me. It's more, you see signs, and perhaps a creature of the wood helps you, or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more how druidic magic works, that small miracles, stuff like that. Until you can command vines to strangle people alive.
It's a small miracle.
That's a small miracle.
That's a small
You die, you
miracle.
go back to-
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Let's
Back to
kids.
nature.
Yes.
How did you become a druid, by the way?
Did someone teach you? What?
The forest taught me, of course. The
Right.
flowers and the trees and the
Is this something you
birds and the
said
bees.
like in the
Fell
village
down the hill
square or
and
something
hit
like
the
that?
head on a rock.
Do you have wounds around your head? I mean, when you
What
want
do
to
you
commune
say?
with the spirits, you like bang your head somewhere.
No, and nature taught you that works perfectly fine. Again,
Yeah, and I always have a lot of nature around me, especially stuck in my very messy hair. Branches, leaves,
squirrels.
Do you have
Things.
dreadlocks?
squirrels.
Squirrels.
You never know. Well, it's a big bush of reddish brown curly
Like
hair.
Hermione in the woods.
Hermione,
Hermione after being struck by
Merida,
lightning.
or
Yeah. Yeah. that
big bush of hair.
Do you
So
have-
always
bushy hair.
Do you have glasses of the thick kind?
no. Why would I have glasses?
I know,
In
and
the
you were
forest.
just saying Harry Potter people, and there's one. What's her name? Luna or something? Strange
Yeah,
girl. Yeah, well, right.
Okay. Anything else we should know about?
How tall are you? I need to know.
5'8".
Everyone's so tall.
Not
The
me.
tall ones are weird.
Yep.
Ooh, huh.
They don't understand the depth of the world, at least.
A new thing for this campaign, by the way, is that there's only one of you with dark vision. Compared to the last campaign, where I think everyone had dark vision.
Everyone
me.
except one.
Except for you. Yeah. and
So now
you're
you-
the only one with dark vision.
Yeah, we're not gonna go
Yes.
out at night anyway, so.
The thing with dark vision, I know this is going straight from character talking to rules talking. Something I always forgot is that dark vision gives you disadvantage on perception checks if you're not having a torch, and you see in black and white with dark vision.
Or the stars, perhaps.
Yes. All right. That's your character introductions. Let's take another round and go because I had some questions prepared. Alethor, is there any character here in particular that you get along with or think you might get along with, and that someone you don't like?
That I think I get along with.
Probably
No,
not.
I,
I mean, alright. Bushy-haired crazy lady. Pig-riding special boy. Goth elf wannabe. Who's your
Yes.
friend?
Intelligence archaeologist.
I'm a
Pig rider, man.
Archaeologist.
What?
Porkeologist, like archaeologist.
You don't want to have American viewers now, do you?
Anyway,
Yes.
who's your least favorite, and who do you dislike the least?
Well, I don't really dislike any of these people.
Which one of these do you know from before?
Well, I think the one I've been around most is Clover, seeing as from the same town. She
See eye to eye.
Yeah, basically. And second, someone I've seen around but maybe not interacted too much with is Nightshade.
So that's the person you haven't interacted much with. Are you skeptical about Nightshade?
Yeah, pretty much. We've had conversations, but
Many a time. Many a time.
yes.
Do you hide the fact that you're a half elf? Do you cover your ears a little bit, or
No,
you have? No, you don't. Okay.
I tried to when I was younger, but then I grew
Had-
angry about that too.
He just said
You
F
haven't cut
I
off the
know.
ears? Like,
No,
You should.
and
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
don't say bang your mom.
Right?
There's a sketch.
Yeah, I
Goes that way.
know, but
Yes,
Yeah. Right.
you walked into it.
I did. That's one.
What was your name again?
I'm Milo
I forgot
Lightfoot.
to. Milo. That's
Milo
the one,
Lightfoot.
right?
Milo the pig burger.
I
Milo.
know
Swineherd.
of
Swineherd, sorry.
I know of Milo, but he's been away for quite a while, so might have interacted more during the younger years, but
Are you jealous of the fact that he got to leave town and leave Westmere?
partly. But also,
Westmere. I don't know what's Westmere. Yeah.
I'm slightly afraid of leaving the place, so there's a conflict there. So-
Yeah. This is like the teenage. Someone's doing my laundry, which I like, but I don't like them because they're the man.
Yeah,
I want my freedom, but give me food and shelter and money.
I can take care of myself.
My
How
laundry.
how does the washing machine work?
What is taxes?
Mom, my bed isn't made.
Oh,
Okay, so
oh,
So
that-
basically, the one I get
Yeah.
along with best is Clover.
Yeah.
because you live in the forest, because you don't have a home or a family.
I have a home.
Oh,
I live with the apple farmer.
What's the app performer's name?
I haven't found a name for him, but
Is he a
Joseph.
halfling?
He's Joseph, of course.
Is he a halfling?
yes.
Then his name is. His name is
Snickers.
Bingo.
Bingo.
That is a canon halfling name.
Bingo.
Bingo. and
They really hate
It's a
halflings.
hobbit name. It's a hobbit name from Tolkien's. Look. Bingo Sandyman.
Sandy Man.
Bingo Sandyman. This is a canon halfling name.
Does he play jazz in the evenings?
No. And you can if you want. Listen, I downloaded a file with all the halfling names from Tolkien's notes, and Bingo was there, and Sandyman was there. I wish I was making this up.
Oh,
Bingo Sandyman. That's the guy you've been working for.
Yes.
That's a good name.
That is a good name. Sandyman is an old family, well established.
traditional warriors.
Yeah, sure.
Bingo the warlord.
Bingo the warlord.
They fight apples.
That's how they train.
With apples.
So are you here in town with Bingo right now?
Ish.
Ish, yeah,
Yeah, I help around.
yeah.
So,
He gave you some pocket money and just go.
yeah.
Great. And in 5 years, you see yourself not my mom, but
Not being.
No, away from this place.
okay. Probably going to a bigger city. Askill, perhaps.
Yeah.
Nightshade.
Yeah.
Whom do you like? And whom
I mean, I am fawning a bit over the elf, of course.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. I'm picking another victim for this campaign, so... That guy. That is my absolute favorite, because there's no real elf in the village. This is the closest I have to my strange poetry fantasy. Oh, yes.
Have you written poems about Alethor?
I have in my own very special tongue that no one can read. I hide it in my journal. That it's not a diary. I keep it hidden.
It's cool. It's black. It's a journal.
It has glitter.
It's a heart-shaped lock on it.
Probably.
It's the only book they had in the store, in the general store.
And I bought it undercover.
It should be noted that, sorry, but Applecasters is such a small town that finding any exotic goods kind of hard. Easier during the festivals, but you take what you get in this area.
You really do.
Who is there anyone here you have trouble with, or?
Well, my far-flung cousin over there who rides pigs. I mean, he's not graceful at all. He is. Ugh. I mean, no style at all.
Graceful? I'm pretty graceful.
No, I mean...
Remember,
The pig is
just
graceful, you're just
I mean-
riding it.
I mean, fine.
Yeah.
My family tree may be more of a bush or something like that, but still,
Of a tangled root.
we don't talk about it, okay? It's one of the great secrets of the entire Thousand Hills. Well, who cares?
Some of those plants, it's the same plant, but it grows up everywhere.
You know, we don't talk about it. Anyway, I don't know why. Perhaps it's a bit of jealousy because you got to get out and see the world. But I resent the fact that you were picked and not me because I know I'm special. No one's just noticed it yet. And of course, I mean, hey, I could be a great wizard if I just wanted to.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
I
Yeah,
could
it's not so
also do that.
Yeah. Just because I can't read very good, I mean. Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't read no good.
But I can play this here banjo because I'm a salted devil. That might be a later thing, actually. So,
You should have played well.
maybe later.
Or a bard. Alright, where does Nightshade see himself in 5 years?
Accepted in an elven society on a pedestal of greatness.
So, how disappointed, by the way, was Nightshade that the forest called Elfhome, located just north of Upper Poppleton,
He is still searching.
there are no elves.
He is still searching. They're very
Not
good
a
at.
single elf.
Hey, they're good at hiding, all right? I just gotta prove
elves
myself.
around here for
Yeah, I gotta
100
prove myself worthy for these fellas. I mean, I went into the forest in the middle of the night, just poetry all night, wine. No one came out. I got stone drunk and just fell asleep.
There are actually no elves.
People
No,
people say that, but they just don't know. All right, they don't know. I know.
They do know, right? It's not a big forest.
No,
The
They don't know.
Halfelves had to come from somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, that's in 5 years you're acknowledged. People are going to your slam poetry meetings.
I'm just gonna be.
Possibly writing a
I'm
piece
gonna be
as well.
celebrated for the great being I am.
Oh,
That's.
yeah, you have a writing dog. What's the name of your writing dog?
It's Fluffy, but it's gonna have a secondary name that I use because it has to sound cooler.
Kerberos.
I mean,
Cerberus.
no,
That's-
perhaps
Fag.
Out of
no.
mythology.
Cerberus it is.
Alright.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a Tibetan Mastiff. 80 centimeters
Oh my
high
God,
up to the
giant-
shoulder. It is
The giant
They
fluff
call it a mountain
monsters.
lion, actually. The
Giant
lion
fluff
dog.
ball.
It
You
is.
can barely see the tongue.
It is fucking huge. They use it to attack everything, including tanks. I mean, it is.
Cool.
Fucking-
So when you ride it, you basically.
No, when I
disappear.
stand by it, here is the dog's shoulder. So its head above me, of course.
Of course.
It can carry me and my entire family away. It is huge, and it's a big, fluffy, black, lovely thing. That's called Cerberus, because that is awesome. Yeah.
Except when no one's around.
I'm a call him Fluffy.
You don't know. You don't know.
You don't know him.
No. You don't know him.
No,
We have a
me.
special bond, not you.
All right.
That's it.
I always have a
let's-
special treat for
Let's
Fluffy.
go on to Milo. Milo, is there a character here that you find easy to get along with, or
Yes, I think I thought about it. But I think.
But then I spat in your face.
She's the most courageous and outgoing. I want to be more courageous and go out on adventure.
She's
But
the village freak.
She goes out to the forest and adventures all alone.
yeah?
You don't know.
You're just upset because more people like me.
You don't know.
I'm not brave enough
Is
to
that
do
your new
that.
catchphrase?
I have to go with someone out in the forest. It's a scary place.
So Clover, Clover's a person you either get along with or you'd like to get along with more.
Yeah, I look up to her because she's so independent and
Tall.
brave, going out into the dangerous forest all alone.
We're not even pigs there, Fred.
No. I needed to go back home to get my pig because then I'm never alone.
I love it.
Oh.
Is there someone here that you have difficulty with? You're not. Super
I
fond of?
think I have difficulty with the half-elf because I think when he gets angry, it's scary.
Yeah, he has a little bit of an anger problem.
Wait.
That's,
So you wield
A little
great magic arcane powers, but you're scared.
Yes,
Nice. This will be interesting.
I want to be more brave and adventurous, but
But hey, when you can
I-
blast people to death with just a stare, you're gonna be braver.
Yeah, he mostly practiced cleaning spells.
His main spell is named Vague. Kind of hard to describe.
I need to know a few attack spells at least.
So his spell is called Silence. You might not have heard of it.
Or blindness, deafness. Have you seen it?
But I think do I know is your real name Nightshade?
We'll discuss that later, actually.
Okay. Because
We'll
I
discuss
think
that later, actually.
yes.
We can do that in the break.
Yeah, that's fika time.
Yeah. All right. Where does Milo see himself in 5 years? I think we covered that a little
Of
bit.
course, I'm a renowned archaeologist.
Part of the delve.
Yeah.
It is
Head
part
of the delve.
family.
Head of the delve.
Yeah, of course. Leading all the small archaeologists out into the world
Yep.
in my safe place and taking all the glory.
Because it's not actually unreasonable to be an archaeologist because there are old civilizations. There have been findings of old settlements, stuff like that. So old artifacts.
That's why I've studied so many languages. So when I find a place, I can probably read it.
And you went
I want
back
to
to
be-
Westmere where there is dirt.
I need to get my pig.
Yeah, you need to get the pig.
And the pig is your digger.
and see how the family life is.
Yeah.
It's
And it
truffle
was not-
pig.
Using mage hand to pluck apples because it's much
That's how-
easier than a ladder.
That's how you steal them.
Your
Is it a
family had
apple
none of
picking
that.
pig? Is it that large?
The pig.
Apple picking pig?
No, I'm picking apple with my mage hand.
Do you have
Ah.
apple picking pants? You know these wide pants you can just hide layers upon layers of apples?
And they're always filled
Why not?
Sure.
with apples.
If they're good traveling clothes.
Flappy pants.
You always have a couple of extra apples lying around.
It's traditional folk garb.
Apples. Apple peel. Clothes made out of apple peel.
You.
It's a one-use thing for festivals.
And I have a staff. And that's what I use to do the carrot thing with my... Have a...
How does your staff look? Is it
Oh, is it hooked so you can hook it up on high branches and pull them down?
of course?
Yeah, why not?
Well,
It's
Or
a
climb up
utility,
if there's a
utilitarian.
dangerous squirrel around.
it's a perfect stick.
Yes.
You do magic with it occasionally, but mostly you use it to pluck apples and wave around carrots.
Sometimes a stick is just a
That's
stick.
also.
Yeah.
And you can use it to have on your shoulders, so you can carry stuff in the basket.
When you grow homeless, yes.
And for some reason, your teachers were like, "You're never gonna end up doing anything worthwhile." What are you talking about?
But this is the best thing. It's perpetual.
Multi-purpose.
Perfect.
Multi-purpose,
And,
yes.
Clover.
No aspirations.
Not Cloverfield.
Cloverfield.
No.
Who do you like in this group?
Okay, so I like everyone.
First,
Oops.
Right?
But okay, so I get along with Milo.
Is that just get along or?
No, it's get along with Milo.
It's the pig, right?
It's the pigs.
Ah.
Also, he has an enthusiastic spirit. He just doesn't dare to go out, explore. I see it in his eyes that he wants to.
He's never going to become a great archaeologist unless you push him.
Push him
into
he goes
a
out there
pit.
And
Guys.
archaeologize. Whatever it's called.
You can't just stay in and read your books.
Exactly.
Okay.
And who do you have trouble with?
Well, I have. Who do I have trouble with?
Is it payback time?
No, actually, I have a bit of a problem with Alethor because
His elven side.
He's a bad apple.
he's a bad.
He's a
apple.
rotten apple.
here is a racist.
Shut up, half-breed.
It's the end.
No, it's
Smashing
just
the bottles like, you're all fucking racists! I'm gonna stab you!
he's so ragey.
No one really likes him. I wonder why.
And he's just so pessimistic. I want him to be optimistic. I'm trying to get him to like himself.
Is that what
hasn't-
you do out in the forest?
I'm liking myself a lot in the forest.
Yeah.
So,
5 years. Where do you see yourself?
but that's irrelevant because
the
I
tree
live
is
for
taller.
the day.
You live for the day.
I live for
In
the
the
day.
moment.
In the moment.
So you 5 years is too long. You could be dead. You could have a million kids. Who knows?
Kind of.
The
yeah.
trees grow taller, that's it.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
The
I mean,
trees grow taller.
yeah, the
You're
trees
a
go.
free-spirited character. Do you have like an animal companion, or is that ranger? No, that's ranger. Druid doesn't have that. Right?
Druids have
I
pets.
don't have an animal companion, but I do always have a sprig of mistletoe braided into my hair.
Of course.
Have you... I've never questioned you about why. No.
There's
There's
so
no
many
reason
questions
to.
about Clover, you don't know where to start.
I don't know why I should begin even, I mean...
She's so... She doesn't care.
All right.
How can she not care?
She doesn't
I
get
care
it.
about everything.
No, she
Yeah, but
doesn't...
she- yeah, but
no, she
you're
just
not-
doesn't get it. I mean...
Yeah, everything
Ah.
sucks, but she doesn't care. What's wrong with her?
She goes to the woods and
It
everything
has to be
sucks,
something else
but
because I
she
don't
likes
care, but
it.
she's just ignorant.
She's just ignorant.
Yeah.
You're ignorant.
You're just ignorant.
You
No.
don't know me.
No. Maybe that could be a fashion statement later.
Beautiful.
So, question to all the guys, as I did in the last campaign, is there something about your character that stands out stat-wise? Are you especially intelligent in the way you speak and act, or are you beautiful as a mofo? Are you charismatic? Are you big and strong and buff? Is there something that I should know when I just see or meet any one of you, so I can react more appropriately to it?
You know, you mean our best or worst stat, or what?
No, I mean, how would
How do you
if I ask for
carry
something?
ourselves? Or
Something. I mean,
I'm surprisingly smart.
I never listen to you, but I'm fine. Surprisingly smart.
He's
People don't see when they see me. They don't think, "Oh, he's a smart one." But
you might have trouble, perhaps. In
I don't know
expressing
why.
smartness, or maybe
and
they're just
I look
ignorant.
weak as well because I am pretty weak.
Oh, city boy.
Is it weak that you're kind of flabby, or is it weak that you're
I'm
strong?
frail.
You're frail.
Jowls.
Yeah,
You're thin.
thin,
Oh.
and I'm a halfling, so I'm even.
Oh, you need some meat on them bones.
Yeah, that's what everyone's been saying.
Pig's knuckles. I'm gonna feed
But
them
I'm
to you.
pretty
Force-feeding you
dexterous,
apple pie like
but-
crazy, yeah, you're.
Yeah, I'm
a
dexterous.
sneaky
Yeah.
little thing, yeah.
Right. So you're surprisingly smart. You're
Charming.
Well,
Full
I'm a
of branches and leaves.
more tree than man.
I hope so. So, she.
I suppose that the first, you would notice the hair and the branches and leaves and stuff.
Healthy, rosy cheeks.
And
Sunburned.
I guess if you look closer, you would.
Are you especially smelly?
No,
You're
I
not
smell fresh like the forest.
smelly.
So like moss and stuff.
Moss and dirt and trees and flowers.
Are you dirty?
I might have a smudge of
Have
dirt
you
or-
seen her backside? Those are not her pants.
Gross.
What?
Although,
Oh, from the backside?
yeah,
It's that a tree nymph or something like that?
That's,
Ancient
Huldra.
mythology?
Huldra.
Norse, yeah. But no,
But the-
you are charming. I'm looking at your stats right here.
You are surprisingly charming.
I'm also
Surprisingly nice.
If you're perceptive enough, you would also recognize that she's kind of very perceptive.
I would not notice that. But you're surprisingly charming. Or nice, actually.
Perhaps that shows itself in that you noticed that
Generous as well.
Nightshade has gotten a new piercing, maybe stuff like that. You're very attentive. So.
Yeah,
You apparently have 20 in passive perception, which means that I'm
goddamn.
never catching you. Off
Oh
guard.
my god.
Well,
Yes.
actually
Yes.
you could, but it's kind of hard. But with that perception, you see on the back side of my leather jacket, in all the riveted
Orange
nails,
big dinners.
it is written in nails, very metal.
And you're
I'll allow
Metal.
it.
Yeah.
you're very
In
generous.
some kind of elvish-ish.
Yeah, I'm generally very generous as well.
I like that.
I'm
And
not stupid, but I'm generous.
it is debatable.
Depends on what your perception of generosity is.
Oh, of course.
Or intelligence.
So, what's Alethor's big thing?
Are you
Well,
just grumpy?
6'2". That's
So you're
one feature.
Are you looming with your size? Are you
So
generally
your
just
big thing is
looming
6'2".
above people, or are you just very big in the body, or are you strong and powerful, or does your voice
No.
come out more as a shout than words, or
No, kind of low, but
ominous?
darker than.
Looming and ominous, looming in darkness. Ah, I like that.
Large, fairly athletic build.
Marilyn Manson type makeup.
No,
Could you please?
no. We already have one Nightshade here. No, but I have. Seeing as there must have been some humans of different kinds passing through, barbarians maybe.
spat at you.
I've copied some of their tattoos and marks.
They were slaves.
Maybe, I don't know.
Who knows?
I just thought they looked
Yeah,
cool.
you've copied. You've got tattoos. Where do you have them? On your neck, on your arms?
Maori.
Ooh.
Do you have Maori half face?
Not the entire face, but
Like lines there, and you look rough.
yeah,
You look
Rough.
like you mean business.
sloppy
scary.
shaved
Looming
hair.
and-
You also have, I mean, if we're going to go into stats, you also have extra bonus in intimidation, so you are used to getting your way and scaring.
Yes.
bullies.
Looming and rough,
Yeah.
ominous. Ah,
Brilliant.
darkness personified.
Darkness, all that I see.
We need more bat metal in this.
And you? Do you have?
I know. What could it be said?
He's a
Dark,
goth
depressing.
gnome.
Yeah,
With
halfling.
blue hair.
Halfling.
Yeah, dark,
Is there-
depressing, and but kind of slippery. Not verbally or mentally, just physically slippery. Doesn't like to be touched. When someone tries to touch, like, "Ugh."
Like an eel.
I guess.
Or a gator.
Sweating all the time.
Oasis?
Pale, very pale.
Well,
Naturally,
wearing leather
or
all the time.
Are you?
You haven't seen my
Artificially
face
pale.
close enough to know. Oh yeah, one thing that this guy hates. Beneath all the crap he wears, he's actually rather cute. Hates that.
Don't say that he's cute.
No. He stabbed a squirrel last time when someone said he was cute. He went sour, just went out to the forest and got a squirrel. Like, no, cute.
So
Badass.
Also slightly psychotic.
That's how it starts.
Unstable.
Yeah.
No.
Creative parties. Alright, so we're going to take a small break for air and stuff, and we will be right back. This is going to be a long episode because we're starting out. Yes. And we'll see you guys in a little bit.
All right.
So, again, you are in the cider cellar, the most famous inn of all of Apple Caskers. And it's been a couple of days of celebrating. You've had your fair share of candied apples. I'm sure the charm wore off after the first 12 years.
Never.
You've been bobbing for apples. You've been feeding apples to pigs. You've been eating apple pie and apple strudel and apple ice cream and apple with cinnamon and
apple
without
sundaes.
cinnamon and apple sundaes.
Apple pie.
Apple pie. Again.
Everything's in apple nowadays.
Why do we have so much apples? So many.
Because it's good.
Yeah, it's good. Except if you're bored or tired of it, then it's
If
okay.
or as I am allergic.
Yes. So they watched the usual celebrative speech held by both Asphodel and Fredegar Chubb Mugwort. They are the siblings who kind of belong to the Chubb Mugwort family, which is the head honchos of Westmere. Fredegar is the farm's head, who is an older halfling, kind of chubby. He's got a bald spot and gray hair, and he tends to talk and talk and talk and talk. Just never stops. And you kind of zone out after 5 minutes. And then you have his slightly younger sister, Asphodel, who is the townskeep. And she's a little bit younger, kind of the same. She has reddish hair, which is graying now as well. And she's a little bit more energetic and more alive. More alive. But they finished their speech, and you saw the usual big names of the town. Interest is that there are two guilds in the town. There's the Guild of Merchants and the Guild of Craftsmen. And the Guild of Craftsmen they're more local, and of course they're about people who do crafts. So it's all about getting paid properly and making sure that things are up to snuff. And the Guild of Craftsmen is run by a dwarf whose name is Doldrek Battlehammer. And Doldrek Battlehammer, despite his name, is not much for battle. He's kind of a cheerful, a little bit older dwarf with short, neat beard and like a kind of square fashion, so he doesn't get caught when he's woodcrafting, which is what his profession. He's a wood carpenter, so he's always got this big belt of tools, and he knows everyone in town. And the other guild, the Guild of Merchants, is actually kind of more of a loosely associated group. They have representatives in most major towns. The Guild of Merchants is kind of like a cooperative way of making sure that the roads are safe, that there's proper tariffs, that no one's cheating or smuggling. You've had a couple of close run-ins with them because you undercut other merchants with your goods, Nightshade. And they are represented by old One-Eye Sutha. Sutha is a half-orc, one of the few. And she has more scars than most of you have hair. She's very scarred anyway. And it's a little bit rough. Tends to look away in the distance, like always look on the lookout for something when she's talking to you. Sutha's in no way like aggressive. Well, a little bit forward, but not aggressive, not into fighting that much. But she's kind of in charge of Westmere in general, but she works out of Apple Casket. And you know that Sutha actually asked the four of you to go here, to be around the cider cellar, probably not expecting you to get a table. Who was it that got the table anyway?
I did.
It was Clover. Living up to her name of being fortunate and charming, I presume. Clover got you the table, and you're sitting here waiting. Sutha approached you individually. So
Yeah. I actually approached her with a paper I got from the message board in the village square. People wanted to get out of here, more or less, and I walked up to her.
She was like,
I'm not really interested, but I could help.
I have a friend who's interested.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's not for
I'm asking for a friend who
Yeah.
looks like
I'm
me.
asking for a friend.
I know
You always have to
someone.
talk like this.
I'm gonna kill myself.
But she pointed you in the direction of cider.
So now I'm here.
Yes.
And-
And you've met up with each other. What are you drinking? What are you eating?
Apple
Of course.
drink with apple food.
Of course. Apples.
No, I've actually have pig's knuckles.
Pig's knuckles.
Yep,
That is pig's knuckles that are in vinegar.
applesauce and vinegar.
Oh, and
yeah.
applesauce and vinegar.
Of course.
All right.
Apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar. Yum.
Growing really tired of apples.
Alethor, are you sitting with them as well?
Yeah,
Clover was
First
like, "Oh,
in the
here."
corner.
Yeah.
And as he slips into the corner, I slip in after him.
He's just like a shadow.
I
Like a
don't.
night.
a very tiny shadow.
I try to sit on the opposite side as
you
he
want to-
is near her instead.
Call me a
Unfortunately,
piercing.
you're not allowed to bring your pig in here. Is a pig in the stables, perhaps?
Yes.
Rolling in the mud outside? Or
Or it's tied
Fighting
to
with the
the
horses?
cloth outside.
it's tied
That would be
outside,
cool.
okay.
You know where the
There
hitch
might-
the horses
There,
on
there
the
might be
cloth
more
so they
people
can
riding
drink.
pigs in this region, perhaps.
There might be a few other pig riders. Yeah.
They're special.
Yeah.
I have a
Boar-
special
boar
saddle
warriors.
made for the pig.
Boar rider.
I don't know.
Boar rider is an honorable profession.
Goes back several generations of losers.
I remember back in
The Battle of 278 never shall we forget.
Against the orcs, the boar riders stormed like one down the hill.
And then they were all eaten by the orcs. It was a sad
It was a
day
sad
at
day.
all.
We lost all the boar riders. But I'm glad you're keeping the tradition.
Should have used the dire boar.
The dire boar, yeah. Should not have been riding on pigs. Should have
No,
been taking the dire
Not
boars.
usual boars. Should have used dire boars.
But you're sitting here, having a little chat, perhaps.
I have some things I wrote if you want to read them.
How have you been?
Oh, okay. No.
It was a long time ago.
Has it? I haven't noticed.
Okay.
How's your time in the university?
Really long. But it's funny, you get to read books. You know, I've studied many languages.
Ooh.
Yes. And I have learned some magic as well.
Does that mean you're going to come with me next time I go to, out of town?
Maybe.
See, I knew you would brave up.
Yes. I'm trying. It's so hard. It's everything is so scary.
Very awkward.
In the woods. The
I'm trying to
monsters in the
ignore
woods,
them.
No, the woods are nice. I love the woods.
I don't want to be
They're
associated. They're not the
monsters.
cool kids. This guy is. So I'm like, homie.
And you understand him. Right?
Yeah, like no one other.
No one else.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on my drink and food.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Yeah.
Right.
So,
I am as mopey as he is.
Yeah.
nice new piercing.
It's nothing. No pain at all.
Showing it off.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
So suddenly there's a light. I'm picking up a candle, like bling.
As you're sitting there, having-
There's a slight raise of color, but no, it's okay.
Of course.
Adding more black coal around the eyes or something can't be seen.
You have a bag of coal with you.
Want some? It's
Dipping
very.
your face, dipping your face in it.
It's very elven. Look, you just done. Ready to face the world.
You are joined. No, pardon me. Scuffing a little bit. He sits down next to you. There's a dwarf. He's hard to tell with dwarves. He has a beard, a very fine long beard that's combed and braided in with his hair. It looks kind of fancy. It looks like a merchant. He has like tiny glinting eyes and a kind of a cocky grin on his face, and sorry about that. Zillar, come over here. And a human walks over. An older man. He has streaks of gray in his hair, short cut, almost military cut. You recognize it as something you've seen a lot, because there were secrets from Caledon who escorted noblemen, for example, and he has like the traditional kind of almost squarish with a little hair in the front. Looks very dashing. The guard cut, basically.
Guard cut.
Pull you by the hair.
And, he has short stubble. He hasn't shaved in a while. And the dwarf nods to the four of you. How do you do? My name's Gundren. Gundren Rockseeker.
Hello, Gundren.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine.
Nice inn you have here.
Yeah,
Doing
yes.
fine?
Yeah.
That's good. I heard from Sudha that you're looking for work, the four of you.
Yeah, I want to
Yes.
get out of here.
You know the area?
Yeah, bet.
A bit or bet?
Bet.
A bit.
Yes.
Well, I need you to know the area well.
I know the area well.
Great.
We
I'm
grew
also
up here.
looking for someone who don't want much money. You want money, but not too much. 10 gold apiece.
Where are you heading?
I have a cart going to Phandelver. I'm delivering some mining supplies there, and oxen are slow. I came all the way up from Askham, and well, I gotta go. Me and Sildar here, we have to go ahead to town and set some things up. But if you want to take them to Barthen's Provisions in Phandelver, he'll give you 10 golds ahead. It's a 2 days trip. Shouldn't be a problem.
I haven't been there in a while. Never.
Ages.
Actually. Ages. Might. See, this is the perfect opportunity.
Well,
Yeah.
This
I
Phandelver
can do that.
is
Sure.
what's
Sure.
it-
All right?
what type of
What
place
about you?
Is it?
Tall glass of water?
Whatever gets me out of here for a while.
Yeah, what
Sounds
he
good.
what he said. Yeah.
What type of place is it?
Phandelver is a mining town, frontiers town. I'm delivering some mining supplies. They found gold in the mountains, and I figured I'd strike rich as well.
What?
Is it an old place?
Isn't that place abandoned?
Well, it was. Last time I heard of it, they found more gold than people decided to resettle.
Yeah, you're all right.
Maybe
you-
they can find there's a ruin in there.
I'm sure there's ruins there. Wasn't there a war there at some point? I don't know.
Interesting.
Well, you get 10 golds when you bring the supplies over there. Not a single copper before that. You interested?
I'm
Sure.
interested.
Great.
Yeah, we're in.
And all of them too.
All right. Well,
You
I
don't
packed
talk
the
for me.
oxen over at
But I'm in.
what?
No, she doesn't talk for me, but I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, Sildar, think we can trust these? And the man goes, sure, I suppose.
He has no insight.
As much as any, I guess. Are you sure you should be talking about Phandelver this loud? Gundren. Pish posh.
Is there something
There's
bad about
gold
it?
in Phandelver! See, no one cares. A few people look over and go, people here only care about apples and oats. No sense for money. That's what I tell you. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
Man of my own taste.
Yeah, what he said.
Oh, well, me and Sildar, we're heading out soon. But I parked the cart with the oxen over at Sudha. She said she'd give you further instructions. You can have food off the cart if you want. It's just some dried bacon and some ale.
You
Nothing
mean
fancy?
not apples?
No.
Ooh, I'm going to the cart.
Is that a not apples? As in, it is apples.
Then
It's
there's
a
no
no.
apples in the
Oh,
cart.
okay.
At least I don't think it is. I mean, knowing this place, people have probably chucked apples on there just to get rid of them. But, yeah. Phandelver should be 2 days, 10 golds, easiest job you'll ever get.
Yeah, sure.
It's a good start.
Yeah,
Great.
I leave my dark cider of apple juice on the table and leave for the cart in Suva.
All right. Well, come on, Sildar. Oh yeah. Before I forget, he takes out a small envelope. So who's talking to Barthen?
Who's what?
Barthen. Who's talking to Barthen? There you go. I just hand it to him when you get to Phandelver, and he'll give you the money.
Great.
So you're not going
Oh,
with us?
great.
No, I'm going on ahead.
Great.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
You
just
know how
great.
slow those oxen are? I'd say they go about 10 miles an hour for 5 hours a day, so roughly 10 miles, which is 15 kilometers, which is not very fast for a cart.
I mean, we could march that in one day.
Yeah, but there's
Are you
a
going
lot
to
of
carry
minutes on
the cart?
No, of course not. Jeesh.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
with-
not staying around for that.
Yeah, we leave in the morning, right?
Of course, you can all handle yourself in a fight, I presume.
Of course.
Fight? Do you think there's going to be fights?
I heard there might be goblins on the road, I don't know.
Or I don't know
Filthy
about this.
But you have.
Well,
you have
you'll
the-
handle it. Goodbye.
Okay.
Okay, what was the letter I got?
You
It's
got a
addressed to.
sealed envelope to a man called Barthen. Barthen. Ooh, good thing I got this thing.
Barthen.
Sildar, the human, gives you a questioning glance as he gets up from the table as well, and nods to you and walks after the much more relaxed Gundren Rockseeker. You've never heard the name Rockseeker, so presumably not from the area. You've never heard the name Sildar Hallwinter either, but there you go.
It's not unusual
For travelers, no.
for travelers or for
Or
this,
names
this
as well.
time.
I mean, it's not an unusual name.
I go to the cart to get some
Do you
food that
think
is
this a
meat.
good idea?
Of course
Yeah,
it
you
is. have to
you
start
travel over to the
somewhere.
Merchants Guild.
We're just bringing some
Yeah.
supplies.
You said goblins.
Looking
Does
for
anyone
one-eyed
follow
super.
Nightshade, by the way.
I don't care.
Nightshade just slipped out.
I'm not done.
All right.
You can have my cider. It's apple, of course.
No.
Well, I'm sitting in the, farthest in, so these two have to move before I can.
Who's paying the bills?
I'm paying for my food.
Elvis checked out.
Well, they know who he is.
Do they? Someone's got to pay.
Of course,
Yeah,
they
I'll
know
pay
the
for my
halfling with
food.
the blue hair.
But they don't take tabs in the cider cellar.
They don't take tabs around here.
Well, it's not my problem.
All right, then. That'll
All
be,
right, then.
200
that'll be
gold.
4 copper pieces
For
for
every
for the halflings drink. And about 4 copper pieces, 3 copper pieces, 5 copper pieces.
Yeah, sure, charge me more.
You ate more. What kind of accent is this? I don't know.
Jesus Christ, that bounces around. Nico.
what do you say? Four.
4.
It's like a Slavic, Irish
Scottish.
gnome.
Yeah, that's the regional dialect. Everyone has to talk like that.
Yes.
So, so should we divide the sum equally among us? The other.
Why would you
left
pay
with-
for his food?
Because they don't let us leave. Otherwise, I think.
They know who he is. If they want money from him, they'll get it.
Okay, can you please tell him that?
He's left.
Yes, but when we go,
I'll pay for Nightshade, and when-
you don't have to pay all of it. I take half of it, so
No,
you don't have to pay all of it.
Milo, don't worry. I'm not paying for him. He's going to pay me
That's
back.
our starting.
Oh,
cash.
okay.
I guess yours is about 15 gold or something like that.
So 4 plus 4.
I can look it up.
So-
Do
While
we
you
have
were-
a set amount of starting?
Based on your
I
background.
believe that's in your background. So
I think I calculated it to 21, but that might be incorrect.
I wouldn't know. You can
It's
just
10
write
plus
minus
something.
5 copper pieces for now.
Alright.
There's 10 copper pieces to a silver piece, 10 silver
Y-
to gold.
yeah,
so.
you left some cash at home. So.
All right.
Wait,
and
you
while
said it's
you
5
are
copper pieces
solving
to 1
that-
silver
what?
piece, or
There's 10 copper pieces.
it's
so
10, 10, 10, right?
I think so.
Yes.
We'll go that.
Yeah.
I like that metric system.
Easy to keep track of.
Yeah.
All right. While they're handling the expenses you left behind, you hurry over to the Merchants Guild, which is where Sudha will be found.
To eat all the rations.
So the Merchants Guild is this kind of fairly old building. Used to be a grain trading hall once upon a time, where farmers from the entire region would go and sell their grain. But now it's been converted to kind of a stable office thing for the Merchants Guild, and some rooms as well for traveling merchants. Swede is busy talking to another person, and they're actually talking to... Who are they talking to? They're talking to old Father Torbeck. Father Torbeck is the priest of the Pantheon, or the Young Gods, except for Ara, of course, which is someone else. Father Torbeck is quite the opposite of Esfel. He is old. Well, actually, not so old. He's 45-ish. Kind of hard to tell.
Ancient.
He's fat. He's a jolly old man. Tends to fall.
Oh, death will come to all.
No, he takes his religious duties fairly relaxed. He knows them by heart, but he's a friendly kind of man. He's very often drunk or half drunk.
It's a brother Tuck.
He's a brother Tuck kind of character, exactly.
Not fire and brimstone priest then.
No, not
All right.
brimstone. And he's busy talking to Sudha, and he spots you and goes, "Oh, Nightshade, eh? You out and about?"
Yeah, of course.
I'll leave you two to it. I remember what I said, Sudha. If you have any more problems with them, just let me know, and I'll give them the old talk. And Sudha goes, "Of course. Good night, Father."
Good night, Father.
And she turns her one eye on you.
I look up defiantly at it for quite some time before... Yeah, I don't need that.
She doesn't blink.
I get...
It's like a cat, just like an inner eyelid.
I feel targeted.
All right,
yeah.
what do you want?
Yeah, Gundren said I was supposed to meet and you were supposed to tell me stuff,
Gundren,
about
huh?
travel. Yeah, and then food, bacon, not apple food.
I figured you guys would take his job. The cart's in the in the stables. The oxen have been fed. They're not going to be traveling during the night, though, so you might as well go take a rest.
Yeah, food.
Food?
He said something about bacon.
Well, I suppose you have access to the cart. If you want to take any food from there, then just go ahead. It's your tab.
Yeah, I might not. I don't care.
What are you up to anyway?
Yeah, nothing. Just.
I've seen you in Apple Caskers for a while.
Nah, I'm just easy cash.
For what?
Getting the fuck out of here.
Of course.
Of course, want to see the world. I mean, I'm bigger than this place. Yeesh. Have you seen the people around here? They're
Yes,
tiny, stupid.
I've seen what
Don't
they're
understand
drinking, too.
greatness. Yeah. Oh. Oof.
One day I'm gonna catch you red-handed.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. So see you tomorrow, right? Bright and early.
Are you lying or?
I'm just omitting stuff.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Sure. By the way, Sufa, was that a he or she orc?
She.
Right. I'll leave then. I'll go to the cart, give it one quick overlook, see if she.
There's some dried bacon. It's not amazing stuff.
I've eaten apple pies for the entire feast.
It's
I need
cold, but it's
bacon.
meat.
Yes.
And there's some casks of ale in there as well.
Is there any cask I recognize, perhaps?
No, he's bringing supplies from north.
Oh,
So
all right.
there's some stuff from Askham. Terrible ale over there.
Whatever. Not my problem.
No.
Fine.
Those
I
asking
grab
people-
a fistful of bacon and go past her and say, see you tomorrow, bright and early.
Bright and early.
When is bright and early for you?
4 a.m.
I don't do watches. I better sleep.
1 hour before the sun rises.
Oh, but the oxen won't leave until it's sunrise.
Of course not, but I open the place 1 hour before the sun rises.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm gonna get a room here, so I'm gonna be around. So
You do that,
yeah, see you around. Yeah,
of course.
move away, back into the inn. Wave the bacon a bit before I eat it. Get a room
Yep, you get a room.
because I believe this is my last night
Have
in
you
this
already
horrible
booked
place.
a room at the inn, or are you trying to get a room now?
I am trying to get a room now.
It's hard.
I don't need much of a room.
Gee. Wonder
This
why.
is a halfling city town, so it's hard.
Oh, they're like rabbits, like.
It's Harvest Festival. If you haven't booked anything?
No. Question.
Mhm.
With this newfound knowledge of I might not have a place to sleep, I'm gonna go around trying to use my feature of rustic hospitality and see if someone has kind of a small place where I can take a nap throughout the night.
You
I could
check
even pay a
around.
coin or two. I mean, I'm not.
You check
stingy.
in every nook and cranny, and soon enough you find one of your returning customers. Unfortunately, made blind by your hooch. But
So my voice is slightly different when I talk to him. Yeah.
no, he's not blind. They of course invite you in, and
I give.
they want to hear all. It's a distant cousin, so they want to hear all about the swamp.
Is it everyone here a distant cousin?
We don't talk about it.
No, these are the people who don't.
We actually had a human here trying to establish a working family tree, but he gave up after 3 years and too much alcohol and just stabbed himself in the
It's just the paper.
eyes.
He had to glue more and more pages to the to make
It's
it.
actually painted up on a barn wall around entirety.
Yeah.
But-
There's no end to it,
No.
and it just connects on the other side.
Yeah. Oh shit.
It goes back around.
It's more like a Celtic knot thing. If you just-
Terrible.
Through the generations, up
You
and
have
down.
one eye here, one eye there. Ding, ding, ding. Anyway,
Somewhere there's a mind flayer like, I like this.
yes, exotic. Haven't tasted this level of inbred before. Meanwhile, the three of you have settled the tab, I presume. You know, of course, being well. Where do you go actually? What do you do now? It's
Well-
the evening.
It's the evening.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to talk to the one-eyed orc.
Yeah, actually, you were supposed to do that. You have no idea where Nightshade went, so I guess you can go there.
Sounds like a plan.
So, I'm thinking you're probably not catching up to Nightshade, because that conversation went fairly fast. So when you arrive at the Merchant's Guild, you realize that it's actually closed for the night. There is a light in the upper floor. That's where Sudha lives. But the guild hall is closed.
Well,
Spoon
let's
this
just return tomorrow morning.
Or just shove it in your face. Do we...
The oxen will probably don't to go until it's light anyway, so.
It is known.
It is known.
I don't bother too much with sleeping arrangement. I find a roof.
You climb up.
I mean, it's late summer, so it's not super cold, and it's the towns, and there's not that many insects. So you just settle down on a shale roof, on tiled roof.
Well, if there's... What's it called?
I set up my tent.
Where?
when I can find a good place and try to
There's a
set up.
patch of grass where the oxen graze during the day, so
Yeah.
just jump over the fence.
Yeah, so plug up my tent,
And here comes the bull.
and
Okay.
the pig goes inside.
All right. Because, I guess
It's a two-person tent, okay?
So it's you and a pig
Is
in a
it
tent.
red?
No.
All right. That's where Milo sets up camp. Where does Clover go?
Inside the tree.
No, into a shrubbery.
Clover, it's okay. You can, if you want to, you can take the pig's place if you don't have any place to stay. So
Thanks, Milo, but I'm good.
You're good.
we
I'm
can
just-
squeeze.
No,
It's okay.
you have to fight the pig though.
Pig
I-
hogs
I just-
all the space.
I'm not so big. I can sleep in the corner. It's okay.
I'm wasted on this game. All right.
I'm just going to roll out a bedroll on some grass or beneath a
Alright.
tree or something.
You're gonna be nudged awake by a cow or something. just
Well, I
grazing.
I
There's
like
a few
cows.
patrolling guardsmen.
Sorry?
There's actually a few patrolling guardsmen who poke you when you're sleeping, and when they realize you're not
Dead.
stupid, drunk, or dead, they just keep going.
No loitering.
Pretty much. But as long as you're not making a fuss or soiling yourself, there's not much trouble.
As usual.
As usual. It's apple caskets. They're used
Yeah.
to it. One could even say that cities were invented in Thousand Hills strictly for festivities. And the morning comes without much at all. And even before the morning comes, you were awoken, Milo, by large shadows moving around your tent. And outside.
I hug my pig.
It goes into a panic frenzy.
Fireball!
What is this? we need to get out. I sneak out of the tent.
Yeah, and you come face to face with a oxen who stares at you. Not angry looking or anything, but just
And go
Just curious.
duck into the tent again.
they keep.
And then I open the flap, yes, so I can look out with my eye. And I say, oh, it's the oxen. Oh, okay. It's okay.
The pig seems completely undisturbed.
Snuffles is okay.
He's gonna
We're
be
safe.
really useful. Yes.
Right. I assume you all gather up at the Merchants Guild.
Yeah.
And Sutha's there as well. She's been up since before the rooster.
She
Right.
awoke the rooster. Lazy
Yeah.
fuck.
Kicked it. Get up. Do your job.
We don't pay you to sleep around here.
It's night. That's how the rooster growls. Just shakes it. Sit down.
Aw.
You get on your way with no real trouble. There's plenty of bacon and ale. In the cart,
I leave
but
regrets
it is
behind.
So slow. Again, 2 miles an hour is about 5 kilometers an hour.
What kind
Four.
of cart is it? A roofed
It
one
is
or
no. It's an open cart. It's 2 wheels.
Shouldn't there be 4 wheels actually? If it's
Yeah,
pulling
if it's
heavy
two.
equipment and oxen up front.
It's a 4-wheel cart.
Otherwise, it's a speedy wagon set to the slowest
No,
possible
it's a
level.
4-wheeled cart pulled by 2 oxen. They are named. This is important. They're named Mucker and Plowshare.
Mucker and
Plowshare.
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 Mucker and Plowshare. They are old-ish, you can tell. Very calm and very slow. You can tell why Gundren kind of wanted to go ahead, because it must have taken him a week to get down here from.
Oh yeah, he went ahead, right?
Oh yeah, he went ahead with Sildar.
So we're here with Sufa, right?
No, Sufa is not
It's
coming.
just us.
It's just us.
Yeah, you're the only ones in the cart.
Right, I'm lying on my back in the cart, just moaning about, I am so bored!
Your dog is Cerberus, or Cerberus, sorry.
Cerberus
is
running.
walking next to the cart, just sniffing stuff,
Yeah,
peeing every now and then, doing dog stuff.
yeah,
Occasionally just darting off to chase a squirrel and then coming back.
coming back. Yeah.
It's so big.
It's so fucking huge!
Runs
Oh,
into a
by
tree,
the way,
tree falls
Nightshade, you
over.
owe me 4 coppers.
I look up and like, flap my hair about, what?
You didn't pay for your dinner last night.
No, they owe me.
No,
Duh.
they don't.
They do. Did you ask them?
They wouldn't have charged you otherwise.
They wouldn't charge me anyways.
Is he lying?
Are you lying?
Insight.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, well you can roll insight and see.
I will actually go deception because I'm getting slightly less sure about this
Oh,
time.
Yeah.
18.
What's that insight?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, 17.
Not lying.
Close.
They owe him.
I actually seem sure of myself.
Okay then.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but you still owe them money.
you can always
Yeah.
go back and reclaim your coppers. I mean, fine, it's just tiny metal pieces. I mean, they shouldn't be running your life.
You're all gonna die anyway.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, it's only silver and gold that counts, especially silver.
But then you can give me 4 coppers.
I
Because
don't.
paid
I don't
for you.
have that small value.
I don't have any.
I only have silver and gold.
I have change.
Yeah, you keep it.
Give me a silver.
No,
Give me a silver and you get 6 coppers.
I don't want coppers. But tell you what, if we find any copper on the way, I'll pay you then. Or perhaps you would like a poem.
No, I would like coppers.
Yeah, you
I
can't
can
read
buy.
anyways.
I can buy good food with coppers.
You
If
can't.
we're
You
lucky,
really can't.
we'll
You really
run
can't.
into some goblins. They'll
Yeah,
kill
don't-
him or something, and you can take his money.
Yeah, we'll just kill the goblins if we see them, right? Don't you have your
Whichever
bow?
works.
Don't you have? Do you have a bow with you? Don't you have your bow? Don't elves use bows? I've heard this. It is known.
No,
What? You don't have a bow?
I prefer blades.
Yeah, of course I do too. I mean, I have mine. Yeah, was just checking. I pack down my crossbow a bit more.
The day slowly goes by, and you come to realize the second truth of traveling with oxen. It is that they will only travel for about 5 hours a day, and then they just stop. They don't want to go anymore.
I tried the apple trick.
Doesn't work. They just go off the road, get on a
Place.
grass, and start grazing.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, there's so much stuff that you'd have to have a lot more horses. So,
So I guess we camp here for the night.
yep.
It's like
midday.
Yeah.
But you made a little bit more than halfway already. So, fairly uneventful so far. Not much going on.
So boring.
I'll have
Clover,
a look
can't you
around.
just do something? I mean, you're connected to animals, trees, and all that shit. Can't you just talk to the fuckers and make them move?
well, no, because they don't want to.
Make them.
I'm not in a habit to making
All right.
animals do what I want. They do as they please, as do I.
Yeah, well, okay.
I'll have a look around, see if I can find anything interesting around.
Yeah, I'll join him.
Well,
Too small and slow.
I'm riding my dog.
Fine.
one thing you spot pretty soon is actually an old abandoned farmstead. There's a few along this road. You know this, for example, because they were abandoned back during the invasion of the orcs. This is a long time ago. A lot of them have been reclaimed, especially this close to apple casters, but there's a few houses that were burned or erased or otherwise damaged that made it uninhabitable. So it's the foundation and maybe a piece of a wall left. It's just a little distance off the road, and you can tell that there used to be a road going up to it, but it's almost completely overgrown now.
I'll have a look.
All right. Go.
Nice.
Is anyone going with him?
Of course. And when he goes in, I skip off my dog and tell him Cerberus, guard.
I set up my tent. No, I use unseen servant. I cast a spell, so it sets up my tent for
Oh,
me.
you lazy fuck.
Delightful. Delightful.
Okay.
That's what you put your spell slot in.
Not do work
Oh,
spell.
yes,
If it's okay. No, it's a spell.
Absolutely.
But it can make simple tasks
Yeah.
mindless. So
Your unseen servant starts putting together your tent, and you just go. "Let's
I read
go
my
wizard."
book. Study.
Servants create tents.
Do mundane things.
The
I-
pig oinks and digs in the side of the road.
Yeah. It has so it lasts for 1 hour, and when it's done with the tent, I make it split wood or something.
Is it invisible?
It's invisible, yes.
Okay, I'm going to amuse myself by watching things put themselves together.
And then you go up and
And
push
I say,
it down.
you know, I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard, you know.
Yeah. I haven't seen that kind of magic.
It's
so
not
interesting.
conjuring of easy tricks.
Sorry?
Of course not. It's not conjuring a rat from a bag, no.
Cheap trick.
Astral bear.
But you go up to the old abandoned farmstead,
Yep.
and you see there's Most of it has already deteriorated or been taken. There's no furniture left, of course. There's grass growing in the floor. There could have been floorboards maybe, but now there's grass and soil at the bottom of the floor. But you see a few piles of garbage.
Garbage?
Well, not garbage, but scraps and stuff lying in
All right.
corners.
Old.
Yeah. You can roll a D100 if you want.
D100? What?
So that's a D10 and a D100. There's two 10
Two
sided die.
D10s.
Yeah.
One with double digits.
Which one is 10 now again?
That one is. And then you add the other D10.
I
Also,
only have one.
you have 2. There you
Yes.
go. Roll them both.
The one with double digits is the higher.
80 and a 0. That's 80.
So 80.
Yes.
You look around a bit. You don't dig too much into stuff, but you do see something poking up out of the ground. It's kind of greenish brown metal. It looks like bronze, just sticking out of the ground.
Well, let's dig around, see if we can see what it is.
Yep.
Do you dig with your hands or?
I'm not sure.
I have a shovel.
It's not super big. It's about this size, and it's flat. It's actually a pentacle, which is like a 5
Pointed
corner shape.
pentagram.
Yes, a pentagram. It's a 5-cornered
Yeah.
thing. It's a flat amulet-looking thing. It has the etching of a rat's head in the center.
Hmm.
It's very it's
Is that a familiar symbol?
not as far as you can tell.
Alright.
It's made of bronze, though.
Well, I'll keep it.
Okay. Nightshade, are you looking around too as well, or
Yeah, casually. I mean,
you can roll the 100 as well if you want.
yeah, sure. I'm gonna find a bag. I just know.
A bag of tricks.
87.
87. You dig around too. You see him spotting something and getting it out. So you might start looking as well.
I mean, elves tend to find things, so of course I'm
And
gonna find
actually-
something.
You find a small something metal. There's a glint of metal in a corner, and as you pull it out, I need to look something up.
Dex save for trap avoidance.
Yeah, it's a trap. You're dead.
You don't like.
a snake.
He doesn't like my character. I'm
A
gonna
metal
die.
snake.
Yes.
It is a
That would have been a fitting pet for you.
Metal snake.
It's actually
It's a good name.
it is a metal circle, and it has like an etching of a border. So it's like a border created of the metal, and there's almost no color left on it, except there's a few blackish flakes on the thing in the middle. It's just there's no other decorations. There's like no symbol or anything. It's just like a circle with another circle like etched on the outside.
Right? Is it
Palm size.
very polished and blank? I have a steel mirror,
it's
so
surprisingly well kept. The paint has flaked off, but the metal itself is as if it was new. It's iron, I think. Yeah, iron.
well, all right. I mean, I have a steel mirror, but another mirror is never wrong. And the signs possibly there. I don't know what, but
Yeah.
I'll pocket it.
Sure. All right. There's really not much else you find in this building. There's you think you might have stumbled upon a rat or something, but it scares away before you can look at it
Okay.
properly.
No cellar?
No, there's an old well, but that seems to have dried out completely.
Alright.
Yeah, I've been here before. Used this place. I mean, it's totally dead, boring. You know.
I mean, it's fairly good for camping. It might be that Clover's been here before, perhaps.
Yeah.
You can tell. Smell of
That
first. I
refuse.
mean,
That
first.
refuse pile. I mean, it's a pile of hair with stuff caught into it, like gooey stuff. It has to be Clover.
She has hairballs?
It drops hair from time to time. I mean, when it
Okay.
gets too heavy, I don't know.
Okay.
She's human, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't understand humans. Do you? No, didn't
All right.
think so.
So the day kind of progresses slowly
when you come back, I ask, did you find something?
Just some old stuff.
Yeah.
Old stuff, you say. Was it safe?
What?
I
Was
throw
was
over
it safe inside?
Rat thing.
Yeah.
The rat thing.
Okay, you
I want
get
to
a,
examine it.
you get a pentacle with a rat's head on it. Looks old. Can't really. I mean, you can roll if you want to try to identify what
History or
it is.
what?
Sure.
History, religion,
I'm trained
arcana.
in history, so. And I roll a 3, so that's.
You have no idea what this
But
is.
it's
What
plus
animal
5,
is this?
so- but still.
Hold it back.
Uh,
and
Oh, no,
forth.
this must be some garbage.
Oh,
Someone throw away.
hey,
So,
does it feel something? I feel it.
It's just bronze.
Okay. Was there more things there?
Ask him.
Is there? Okay. Was there more things there?
why weren't you with us and just checking out yourself?
I was setting up my tent,
It's in the middle of the day.
but we're not going to move.
All right.
Okay, that.
Yeah,
then,
I found this thing.
Ah, okay.
Flick it over.
Cool.
Yeah, isn't it though?
I put them.
I mean,
like,
it's nothing special, but
Listen to the
there's some
sound
kind
and
of
stuff.
writing runes around the edge. It's like,
Can I roll
you know,
for that?
hardcore things.
Sure.
Maybe it's in a language you actually know.
It's 19.
Might be a mirror. It's surprisingly. It looks very new, so it might just be something that someone dropped by.
Yeah.
It looks.
Oh, interesting. Maybe you should go back. Do you want to come with me?
Yeah, now it's
have a
our
shovel.
turn. Now
Yeah.
you watch the merch.
All right, I'll do this. I look up to the animal and say, "Don't move." They're gonna obey me. You can go now.
Here, do you want your stuff back?
And yeah, sure.
All right. Well, I suppose you two can roll d100s as well.
Ew.
They
I
find a
take
goblin
my
and a
shovel
goblin.
and I start digging inside.
All right, you take out a shovel and start.
This is my archaeology.
That's
I'm eager to find something.
you're desperate to find something. It's half a day's slow
Need to
walk
find
from
something.
the village, and you're like, "I'm gonna make a
71.
breakthrough."
71.
And you already wasted your invisible servant.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Now you have to
Dig
dig
a really deep
yourself.
hole.
71.
But I have a shovel.
You actually stumble upon a small wooden box. And
Is
it's-
it buried? Do I feel like...
It's kind of buried, I guess. And inside of it,
Ooh,
you find
a treasure.
You find a parchment with 5 lines across it and some small dots along the lines.
Oh, look at this. I open it and I try to read it.
There's no language that you know.
This must be something. My first discovery! Let's try to find someone that knows how to read this.
A parchment with 5 lines.
Yes, 5 lines, and there's dots between the lines sometimes, and sometimes on the lines.
Interesting.
And what does Clover roll?
32.
32.
What? 32.
Yeah.
Damn.
What?
No, she rolled.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of D20 and something like. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
She doesn't sound really... She has passive perception
actually,
20, so...
You actually are struck by a sudden memory.
Oh.
Struck by lightning.
I was like,
She dies.
Sudden
Sorry.
death.
I just don't like your character. No, you actually remember that you were here once with one of your siblings.
That's your pile.
When you were younger, and sure enough, you go over to a small rock by the outside of the house, and you lift it, and there you find an old pocket knife that your brother left there a few years ago.
so my brother's old pocket knife.
Yes, it's seen better days, but it's still working. Not gonna lie, you probably found the garbage.
That's fine.
I found something.
But soon enough, this sun starts going lower on the horizon. It
I
never
use-
really goes down. This
Yeah,
time.
I use my newfound mirror thing and just reflect the sun into one spot, light a campfire, I guess.
All right.
I mean, I have half the day to do it.
Yeah, you
and
light
I'm
a fire.
So bored.
You sit around a campfire. The goddamn oxen are grazing. They're just standing there.
They're gonna sleep standing, I guess.
Yep.
So
Exciting.
Let's eat something.
yeah,
Yes.
What's left on the cart?
bacon.
Bacon and
Bacon.
beer.
We haven't
Lots of
eaten everything yet.
No,
Not that you know.
you're just sitting there all
I-
day.
How big an appetite do you have, you half-elf?
Well, the other half is a black hole.
See?
Racist.
Well, you can only get half a share because we don't only trust one half of you. So,
Well, I trust the whole of him.
oh, you
You
would.
should have half because you are half-sized.
Well, I only eat my size, so yeah.
Yeah,
But I take my other half and feed it to the dog.
I
of course the dog has to be fed.
Yeah.
take Snuffles on the other side of the cart and feed it apples.
Oh, not bacon?
Because I feel bad eating bacon in front of it, so I go to the other side. And
Snuffles doesn't really care, but
no,
it
but
makes you feel
I
better.
care.
Yeah,
So
it makes you feel better.
Snuffles
Aw.
eats bacon.
Yeah.
Probably. Snuffles doesn't make distinction.
Doesn't
It's
give
like it's like pigeons eating egg.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah, well, Snuffles seems happy, and in your mind, he's probably happier eating apples behind the cart.
yes,
So,
He bumps you a little bit.
I'm gonna give
pet
Cerberus a bit of bacon and Snuffles an apple. I'm gonna feed the animals because I like it.
How is Cerberus with other people?
I mean, I would say as every big dog tends to be if they're not mistreated, he is a family dog. He's very kind, very loyal. I mean, friendly to a fault. You can leave kids with him.
Is he slobbery?
And you hate it.
No, yeah, of course, he should be a badass, more like me,
Bite
but
people who approach.
yeah, just kill people. No, he is appreciative. He slobbers at you, and if you start throwing a stick around, I will harumph and he will play.
Cute.
Yeah, like boom, 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 boom.
When
I
you
actually
when
looked
you-
up.
Tree or two.
This dog is actually the average weight is about 80 kilos.
That's 4 of you.
Yeah.
4.
When he rides it, you start throwing sticks.
The day and evening passes without really much happening, and soon enough it's morning again, and it's time to set off. And you
No
travel-
rocks to the face?
What? No rocks to the face? No. Can you believe it?
Yes.
I
You,
train
We have
my
been
whip
blessed.
skill as well.
you continue traveling
Over
down
there.
the road, and I would like each side to take one of these. I'm too lazy to get up. So your Linda has to.
Yeah, so make the
Oh, okay. Thank you. But just don't stumble on the.
anything.
Electronics.
Okay. You are traveling along this road.
Oh, that's
There's a lot of us going on. And
Why?
each side has been given one of these.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
put them so that the bottom line, if you see the little circle, like fit it to the bottom line, which means that the road, the top side of the road, should be just at the bottom of C1.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, good.
Cool.
So you're traveling from C1. Actually, that's where you're approaching. And each of these squares can hold one person. So as you travel, you realize you spot at G6. You actually spot 2 dead horses by the wayside.
Ooh,
You
they
keep
look
moving.
fresh.
They look fairly fresh, and you see there's arrows poking out of the horses.
Huh.
Dark arrows.
What kind of arrows?
Stop the oxen.
Stop
No.
the oxen.
I mean, crossbow bolts or
Arrows.
arrows from bows.
Arrows from bows. Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell from here.
Yeah.
But you stop the oxen.
Right. I mean,
I dart into the woods to see if I can.
Is this
Okay.
where the
I
cart?
follow.
Find
See
it.
one.
To where?
This is the cart, right?
say how many
roads must a
Right.
man
You
walk
can
down.
move 6 of these.
6 of these.
Ah.
A turn.
6 squares.
Unless you're a halfling, in which case 5.
Yes.
Unless you're special,
And
like
we're
me.
at
You're at,
So-
let's say that you are at C2, David.
C2.
Oh, sorry, Alethor.
Is the cart on the road?
The card is from C1 all the way down to E3, basically. Not
E3.
taking up C2, C3, or D3. It's like diagonal.
It's
It's big.
D2 and C1 and E3.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
D2. Yeah, and E2.
I think I'll move over to
Use the same color.
was it 6 frames I could move?
6 squares, yes.
Yes.
But if you're moving through forest, it's half that movement.
Oh.
Unless you're me.
C5.
C5. So you see Alethor, without a word, just sneaks up into the woods.
I shout
follow.
after him. What does your elf ears hear?
I follow him.
Okay, so you go there too.
Yes.
And I follow her because I don't want to be left alone.
So,
right, I stay at the cart, apparently overlooked because you wouldn't be alone. But I stay at the cart because we're, I don't know, contracted to guard a thing.
So
She's
following
brave.
means going where? Because you can't stand in the same space.
Yeah. You went to C4,
See, B5.
B5. Then I'm going to C5.
C5. Okay. Clover.
I stay with the cart and stop it.
Okay.
So,
So you're at E3, there, perhaps?
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I pick up the crossbow.
Okay.
It's an elven crossbow, by the way.
Where
hate it.
does the wizard go?
Me.
I follow them.
All right. What about you, Peg?
So wait,
It won't go to the
in this party, the ranger stays
Then-
behind
then
and the rest of the
I,
group runs.
Wait.
Oh, now I'm
Or do you
just
take
fucking
the
with
pig into
myself.
the forest? Do you try to?
No, I try to let it stay by the cart.
Okay.
You have a war
Leave
pig.
it.
as
And
your
where do you go? You
companion.
go to C4.
I have a chunk of bacon.
Uh,
Right, I think I'm
Yes.
there. So.
Okay.
C4, why not?
No,
Yes.
let's do
So
that.
Milo
That's a
goes
good
to
idea.
C4. Okay. It's really thick. The forest is hard to see
Yeah.
through. And the three of you
I'm
that went into the
sneaking?
forest.
Are you
didn't
sneaking?
say that you
No?
were sneaking.
No?
You just said you went into the woods.
Yeah, you ran into it.
Yeah, and there was also Nightshade was shouting after you. So as you walk into the forest, you are shot at with a hail of arrows.
You're not gonna die by stone this time.
So
Well,
Initiative?
no, this is a surprise round.
No?
So let's see here. One of them shoots at Alethor because he went first, and Alethor's
Do you
armor
have-
class is 13.
Don't you have any armor?
So that is a hit.
I have the
One of them
leather
shoots
armor.
at
In
Clover.
that case, it's 14.
That's a miss, and one of them
Yeah.
shoots at Milo.
Oh no.
That's a miss.
Yes.
So Alethor, you are hit.
Wait, Game Master?
Yes.
14 AC.
Yes, a hit.
Guessing.
How do you have 14?
He has leather things.
Leather
Yeah, it should
armor.
be-
Leathery things.
Oh, right, yes. You take... 8 points of damage.
Isn't that my entire HP at the moment?
No,
I believe you
it's
have
10.
9.
9.
Yes, you have
Yes,
9.
you have 9 HP.
Oh!
Not dead.
You
Wait,
take 8
first
HP of
attack-
damage as 3 goblins just fire arrows at you, turning around after hearing and
Yeah.
movement and stuff through the woods.
So,
Screaming, perhaps.
Screaming,
So, as in the last campaign, you're the first one to take damage in any combat and you're down to 1 hit point. As in the last campaign.
Indeed.
Excellent.
perfect. So, let's roll initiative.
Right. I guess we are in a non-urban place.
This is not urban.
I roll a natural one. Woo! Woo!
13.
That's good, right?
It's very wizard.
Better than me, okay? But I get more than you, I think.
And 13 from
Yes.
Nightshade.
17.
17 from Alethor.
So let's see.
3.
Alethor. 3 for Clover.
And I get 4 with a natural
Okay. So the goblins get to act again. One more arrow being shot at Clover.
Well,
That is your armor class is. Your armor class is
14.
14. So that's a hit. So
ouch.
you take 7 damage. The other goblins rush forward. One of them runs towards Milo, and the other one runs towards Clover. So one running towards
No.
Milo swings a scimitar at him.
one. Don't kill me.
And your armor
I'm
class
cowering.
is
13.
13.
Yes.
So that is a miss, and the one going against
Yes.
Clover swings, and a miss.
Yes.
So now it is Alethor's third.
Thurn.
What do you do?
I pull up my rapier
Mm-hmm.
and I stab at the closest goblin.
Yes, you're bleeding profusely from the side of your head, by the way, where an arrow grazed you. And you stab the goblin there. And the nearest one, there's no one near you, actually. There's a goblin at D4. There is a goblin at D5. And there is a goblin at E5.
Well, D5 is the
Okay.
closest.
One more time. Where did they...
D4, D5, and
D4
E5 goblin.
and D5.
So the closest one
And
would be
E.
D5 for you.
5.
Yeah.
So you
E5?
run over to where? Where do you run?
C6.
C6. And
That's within reach, I
yes,
hope.
that's within reach.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
D20.
All right. 11.
11 plus.
Is it strength or?
It is plus
Either
5.
that one
to
and
hit.
plus that.
It's your dex
plus
modifier
that one.
plus your proficiency, so that's plus 5.
All right.
So 16.
Yes.
That is a hit. So roll
And,
damage.
8. Is that one right?
Yep. Plus
Yeah,
3
it's
for your
1d6.
dexterity.
No, it's 1d6 plus 1. Yeah,
This
that's,
one.
no, wait, that's
What?
Clover. Sorry.
No, rapier
Uh,
is 1d8.
1d8. Yes.
1 plus. Well, what do you say?
Dexterity 3, so it's 4.
Oh, 4.
You. Wow. Okay. Alethor, you run up to the goblin and you swipe it with your scimitar, but you kind of hit a shrubbery before, so it
Yes.
like breaks a little bit of your cut, and you chop the goblin in the arm. And it goes ah, but it's not dead yet. It looks very badly hurt though, and he's clutching at his shoulder. Like, you hit me!
I must be terrible if I swipe with a rapier.
Yeah. Well, here you go. You've
Four.
Nightshade, your turn. You
Alright.
hear screaming and bloody murder.
Do my eyes perceive any of the goblins?
Roll perception.
I shall roll perception to see if I can
It
find
is in the
anything.
middle of the woods.
To see if I can find anything to shoot. 11 plus 4, 15.
Yes, you see the goblin at E5.
If I see a E5 goblin, then I shall, with crossbow, shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully in the skull.
It's standing. Yeah, you can aim at it.
Plonk.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's go for 6, or rather, 6. Well, then that's 14.
14. That unfortunately does not hit.
With a shout of, "Get away from them!"
However, you did catch the goblin's attention.
Yeah,
Yes.
jolly me.
Yes, hooray.
Standing bold as brass
Indeed.
upon the carriage.
It is now Milo's turn.
I have a
Unless you
question.
do something.
I hunker down to reload a bit.
Of course.
Yes.
I have a question. The enemies.
Yes.
Was one in E5.
There's one in D4, one in
D4,
D5,
yes.
and one in E5. The
Yes.
one in E5 is the one that Nightshade was shooting at.
Okay.
It be distracted.
Yes.
Okay. Then what action is it to
You have a
hide?
little thing
You
that
actually
shows
have-
exactly what it
You have
is.
actually
Hide.
this
It's an
paper.
action.
Yeah,
It's
to cast any
normal
spell,
action.
it is a action.
Yes.
Your one action.
Yes. Can I? There's no 5 foot is disengage, right? If you want to move
You can
away,
disengage 5 foot. Yes.
you can do that
You
and
can-
attack.
No, that's actually an action.
No,
isn't
it's-
it?
yeah, right.
But
It's an
you
action.
you can move your entire movement in before or after you do stuff. But if you move away from them, in this case, they will be able to swipe at you.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you disengage, that's an action, actually. Unless
Yeah.
you're a rogue. Rogues can at least
Yeah.
later on.
They
Later
can do
on,
it
yeah.
as a bonus action,
Yeah.
I think.
And then I cast. No, I move away.
Disengage.
No disengage. I just move away.
Okay, the goblin, of course, swipes at you. 2 of them swipe at you because
Okay.
they're
Yeah.
both in reach. The
Yes.
first one,
Where do you move, by the way?
I move.
You can move.
B4.
No, if I can move to
Three squares,
A5,
okay.
I try to.
B5,
A5.
A5. Okay,
That is the maximum distance you can
Yes,
move, actually.
Yes.
and then the other
Okay.
goblin swipes at you
Yeah,
as
that's
well,
awesome.
and that is a hit.
Don't kill me, please.
You take
Not 7.
5 points of damage.
Okay, I'm not dead.
Get back here! It swipes at you. These are filthy little goblins covered in filth and blood. They're actually covered in blood. It looks like they've been digging through the horses up until recently.
Ew. Actually digging through them.
Fresh blood, yeah.
Then I use. How hard are you to hit? 40. Okay, then I use Ray of Frost on the goblin that hit me.
Okay.
No, the one that's really badly damaged. I use
Okay,
Ray of
that
Frost.
would be the D5 goblin.
That's an
actually the one that-
exaggeration.
That's
The one
D5.
stung in the
Okay.
arm.
Yeah.
If I can do that.
Yeah. Go right ahead. Ray of Frost.
Hmm.
Okay.
That is a
Plus your spell attack modifier with...
17
versus armor
to
class.
hit.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
that's a hit.
Go
And
Frosty.
It takes a D8 cold damage.
So
And-
you
Yes, its speed is reduced by 10 for 1 round, I think.
how much damage do you think?
It takes 3 damage.
3 damage. Alethor, you see the goblin that you
Yeah,
cut.
reduced by 10.
It just looks up as a bolt or like almost like an icicle comes flying through the air and just pierces its chest like and it falls over into the ground and just and dies where it lies.
Cool.
And with that, it is Clover's turn.
Which one died?
That was D5.
That was D5,
This
yeah.
one. Sweet. I reach over and with just a feather light touch on Alethor.
Mm-hmm.
You move a bit.
No, he's right beside me.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. He moved to C6. Yes, you touch him.
Yes, I touch him and speak something, whisper in Druidic.
In what? A druidic.
Druidic.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
Sorry.
Trees and mistletoe.
And he regains 13 hit points.
Okay, so you top up back to your 9 hit points.
Boom,
Nice.
boom.
How is there some light or what's going on here? What's happening?
Well, it's just a small touch and it lights up a bit in warm yellow light, just with my fingertips, and it feels warm and nice. And you feel all the arrows just...
Is it like in Asterix when they drink the potion?
And you're starting to roll. Yeah, sure. You feel the wound start knitting itself together on your forehead, and the blood stops pouring.
Oh, his elven blood.
Now, however, it is the goblin's turn, and
Assholes.
the goblin in D4, he is mad. Don't heal your friends, he says as he swipes again with his cleaver at you. And Your armor class was
14.
So,
Oh no.
that is actually... That's a hit, and he has 2 attacks. But this one is with disadvantage. So that's not a hit. So, he hits you and does 8 points of damage.
Well,
8 points of damage.
shit.
So
I go down.
you momentarily distracted, heal your friend, and this goblin takes the opportunity to just strike, and you hear Clover yelp as she falls to the ground with a huge cut in her side. And the goblin goes, I'll show you! And you hear the other goblin goes, yeah, show him, boss! And he fires off a shot towards Nightshade, who fired at him.
Yeah, bring it!
And that is a miss. It just lodges itself in the oxen. in the wagon. Actually, just right above your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's fine. Okay. And with that, it is... whose turn is it now? It is Alethor's turn.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do? Your friend is down.
She fell down.
Revenge or avenge.
Yes.
A revengeance.
Yes. I move to, what is it, D5?
Sure. The dead
Because I
goblins
cannot...
face- Yeah.
Or wait.
Yeah, you can.
I can go around,
See,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You can go through
So
her
you can
as
go
well if
through
you
her,
want.
actually.
Yeah.
C4 then.
C4. It's a good thing.
Yeah, okay. If you go to C4, yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
No, Milo isn't there anymore. Alethor's
Nope.
there. Okay.
Stab him in the face.
Yes. Rapier.
Stabby.
So first 20, right?
Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Sweet.
Okay, roll 2d8s and add your damage to it. Your plus whatevs.
Roll it down twice.
3 and 8.
3 and 8 plus
3.
plus 3. So 6 and 11. That's 17 points of damage.
17 points of dead goblin.
Yes, the goblin boss, because clearly he's a boss, it goes as he is. How does he die?
Well, seeing as they are pretty small, I reach out, grab him by whatever hair he has,
He has a
and
greasy top knot, that is.
stab down.
Right through the skull?
No, I bend his head
Oh,
backwards
wow.
and
Okay. Yeah, there is a fountain of blood pouring
Oh,
over
your
you.
anti...
yes.
Yes, your anti-halfling
He-
fantasy.
I'm just impaled on your sword.
But he's still standing up.
Oh, yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
hanging
Beautiful,
on the blade.
Beautiful, nice. Nightshade, your turn.
Do I still see the one in E5?
Yes, the one in E5 is...
Then
is
Kaflonk,
below.
I shoot him again.
Yeah, okay.
For 12.
12. It's a miss.
Is it a humanoid?
Yes.
14? Damn it! Damn it!
Unfortunately, you keep firing and you're distracting him, which is a...
I think he's taller than he is. I mean,
Probably.
yeah.
You've rarely met creatures shorter than yourself.
This is imposing. I bend down, start to reload,
Yeah. Fine.
while shouting obscenities.
And that means it's Milo's turn. Milo, Clover is lying on the ground,
Yes.
bleeding out.
I walk one step forward
Mm-hmm.
and I shoot a ray of frost on the goblin if I can.
I thought for a second you were going to shoot a ray of
Yeah,
frost
me
at
too,
Clover,
me
but
too, actually. Coup de
we will
grace.
miss you.
I
At the goblin. At
yes.
the goblin. Okay. You conjure up another icicle and just sling it
Yeah.
towards the goblin.
Another popsicle.
Popsicle.
Another
That
goblin.
doesn't bode well. It will miss.
Woke up, had a popsicle. Missed.
14.
14. That's a miss. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
You missed.
Yeah.
You missed.
Damn dice. Hates me.
Alright. You reloaded. You missed. Okay, Clover. Death saving throw, please. That's a d20.
10.
That's a success, I believe.
Isn't that a fail?
No, it's a success.
No.
Don't you have to have
20 is-
11 and up?
20 is instantly stabilized. 10 to 19 is a success. 1 to 9 is a failure.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Living on the edge.
10 or more is a success.
Yeah. All right, one step closer to stabilized. And with that, it is the
We
goblin's
have to
turn.
fix that.
The goblin, being the brave, bold warrior as it is, goes "Nyah!" and throws his arrow away and starts running. And he kind of just jumps down on because there's like an escarpment. Escarpment is like a steep hill, so he kind of just goes down there and runs past the
G5.
horses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he keeps running. So he goes to J8, and then 3 more frames out. So he's still visible,
Coward.
but only barely.
And he is beyond. No, he's not.
He's beyond physical combat, but he's certainly not beyond ranged.
No.
As it is
Is
now.
he within
Yeah.
80 feet?
Yes, he's within 80
But
feet.
you are first.
Yes.
Mm,
Alethor, what do you do?
I don't have any distance.
You can
You have.
stabilize her
You can
if
throw
you-
your daggers.
Oh,
80 feet?
I'm pretty sure you can throw your
No,
daggers.
you
I think
can.
they have 30.
Through the bushes?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Is it?
They have
Let's,
pretty short
quickly look
range, I
up,
think.
Throwing daggers.
I think
It's
20
20
feet or
I
something.
think
20 or
short.
something.
Martial ranged weapons.
Maybe 20, 40.
Simple, I think.
Light thrown, I think, or something. Throwing weapons.
I think it's about
Crossbow,
20
dart,
feet.
short bow, sling,
No, it's dagger on the
Go
top.
to dagger. They have a.
dagger.
They are-
Light range 20/60.
Yeah.
Is it within 60 feet? He
He's
can
within
actually.
60 feet. Yes.
You can throw your dagger. It's gonna be a disadvantage to hit him because it's beyond the short reach.
Yeah, but you can still hit him.
Yeah, you can.
can I move any before
You can move 3 squares.
3 squares?
Actually, you are located in C6, right?
C5.
C4.
C4. The best.
Okay, so you can
Can I-
move when there's no trees. You move normally, basically.
Okay.
So you can
So-
move 1 frame to the 4, and then you can move 1, 2, 3, 4 more, as long as it's not among trees. Trees, I mean,
Trees.
trees.
4 more, so I could get to
You can
G5.
move like that too. You can actually go there.
Could I get to age 6?
Get him! Get him!
Sure. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Sure, you can.
Then I do that. And
Do
I
you say
throw
age
my dagger.
6?
Okay. You take out a dagger from your boots and just toss it.
I have them in a...
He is, if you're at age 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. He is not within 20, unfortunately. But he's still within 60.
Alright.
Twice. You rolled twice.
Twice and take the worst
Okay.
result.
What was that? That was
9 and 19.
So 9
9
plus
plus
5.
14. That's not a hit, unfortunately.
You need to get 15 or something.
Right.
The
Damn
armor
those
class is
things.
15, so, it is Nightshade's turn.
Can I do something good?
You can get up on the escarpment and fire at him.
Yeah, I'll just fire from here. It's okay.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. Then I'm
Okay.
just gonna shoot him in the back.
Roll to hit.
Yeah.
Disadvantage, I guess, right?
All right.
No, what's your range?
80 is the short.
It's a short. Then you hit.
If I hit this thing, yes. Let's see. 17.
That's a hit.
Thank. I can't hit shit at short range, but boom.
And he's like across an escarpment and into the forest. He goes,
No,
Why there?
I like sneeze. Hit him. All yeah,
It's easier when he's fleeing.
yeah. I mean, I can't hit honorable things in the front, but dishonorable in the back. Oh yeah.
Things running away, that's my
11.
specialty.
You get a very short. And then
I throw it. I take my crossbow, place it on my shoulder, and say, "Are you guys done yet? We gotta get going."
hey,
Like
you don't
hello.
know that Clover is currently
Nope,
bleeding out.
I have
in the
no
woods,
idea. Because they just ran into the forest. But I guess they're okay because the goblin fled out. And then my friend, the gracious elf, followed him and threw something after him.
Obviously, the dagger's what hit him.
No. But they chased it away.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even gonna think that there's gonna be more goblins on the other side of this perfect ambush location. So I'm not reloading.
Alright.
I'm just standing smug.
Okay. Well, you won this combat round.
I'm stabilizing her.
Yes. Yeah,
If
that's-
I
all of the
Yes.
expression.
do I have to roll for it,
Medicine.
Yes, I would recommend rolling medicine.
because she can still die.
Yes.
Yes.
This is true.
Don't kill me.
I'm picking up my dagger and also curb
medicine.
stomping the body of the goblin.
I get
Something is.
Yes.
I
The
get
eleven,
10.
eleven tradition of curb stomping.
10.
10.
That's enough to stabilize
Put
her
its
when it's
mouth over a
not
stone
a,
and
not a
just-
dangerous situation.
Yes.
You
Great movie.
you feel like shit, most of you, I think, except maybe Nightshade, who didn't get hit.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
at full health.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You got
I
healed.
fixed him.
Yes.
Now fix me.
So, as
I
dust
stabilized you.
settles, you recover. You help Clover up. Clover feels really bad.
Right.
Clover feels really bad.
In the fields.
Sorry. It's a good movie. I like Cloverfield.
Do I have anything helpful in either thieves' tools or burglar's pack?
No.
I have a healer's pack in my backpack.
And you can heal yourself with magic.
And
Or
I
we
can-
can rest a bit whilst we're
Yeah.
moving the carcass of the dead horses from the way, and you can just.
Short rest on the
Yes.
wagons
You,
or something.
You go up to the horse.
I go up to the dead horses and see what's up.
They're clearly meant for traveling. One of them is slightly smaller than the other, and they are looted. The saddlebags are empty, and the guts are open. So the goblins have been feasting on the entrails, essentially. And you notice there is a tube. The thing you have maps in it,
Ooh.
but it is empty.
All right.
Yes.
Then when she's stabilized and we know it's easy, then I go and look at the goblin boss.
You look at the goblin boss.
Loot
He's
him.
slightly
He's dead.
bigger, slightly uglier than his brethren.
He's still standing up.
Did you leave the
Did you
blade?
just stick it in the ground?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god. So this grizzly impaled.
Slowly sliding
poke it.
down.
There's a faint smell of manure as it has clearly soiled itself. Grisly sight.
Yes.
Are you pickpocketed or what?
Through the mouth, off the
I
shoulder
try
blades.
to. At first, I poke it with my mage hand,
He's dead.
and then I
How perverse.
go up slowly to it and look through its pockets.
Okay. You go through what the goblins might have. There's really nothing. They have their clothes, their kind of crappy weapons, and that's about it. Unfortunately. Seems this might have been a scouting party, so...
I use cure wounds on myself, so I get full hit points.
Maybe we should just
Back.
rest a bit. No. Anyhow,
If you, when you take a short rest, you can use your hit die to recover hit points.
I used cure wounds.
Yes.
Yeah. If there's anything by the dead horses that is kind of functional, I mean, waste nothing. So
there's the saddlebags, I
Yeah,
suppose.
after a while, I get them off the horse and chuck them up on our wagon because someone might want them at the end.
Yeah.
Then I look down at that and Milo, Clover, we need to move these carcasses. Or actually, wait, Cerberus, come here.
Just tie a rope.
Feed. Are you hungry, boy?
It digs into the horses or the
Yeah.
goblins?
The
Don't feed him goblins.
dealer's choice.
It goes for the horses.
Yeah, I would think so.
And it's cute and fluffy, but he has big teeth.
An
and
appetite.
There's a lot of ripping and tearing in that meat.
Doom
Crunching.
Crunching of bones.
Well, it's natural.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
that's
bothered
true,
by
that's
it.
true.
So when the carcasses are kind of half finished by the dog,
How much does it eat?
no, it doesn't finish all the carcasses, of course, but we still need to move these aside. So unhitch the oxen, and with their leash, I tie it to a carcass and mush with their strength, move carcass A and then B aside, reattach to cart, and giddy up. Unless
you,
something else.
as you move the horses aside, how about you roll me a survival roll?
All of us?
Oh.
No, I guess no. Only.
Right,
Nightshade.
13.
13. You spot actually where the goblin was running. There
Is this a tracking
trail.
thing?
There's a trail. Yes.
Excuse me then. Oh yeah, no. Damn, I rolled.
You spot a trail has been fairly used. It's kind of camouflaged, but there's definitely the goblin was running somewhere. It wasn't just running somewhere. And they're
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey Alethor, found something. You want to follow some tracks? Kill some more goblins?
Sounds like a good idea, actually.
No, we should stay with cart.
Yes, you should.
We should all stay together. They're dangerous.
Yes, why did you run away? Just straight
I
into
didn't
the
run
forest.
away.
You did!
I don't.
You
After
ran.
them.
I saw
Them.
him just run into the forest with you guys.
Yes, I run after them. We should stick together.
So why did you leave me?
Because you
No,
should
I
have
don't- I
followed
don't
me.
And
I
You
thought
know-
you could understand that.
we are paid to guard this wagon. Why did you just run away?
You're trying to leave it now.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm trying to leave them with the wagon.
we should
So
not
we can
split
go
up.
like, you know...
We should stick together,
No, let's split the
guarding
party.
the cart.
If there are more goblins around and this is a path they use, they could be back.
you can gauge actually that you're maybe an hour walk or 2 to 3 hours with the carts from Phandelver.
How many hours left are there in the oxen's willingness to move?
They would probably make it to Phandelver in 5
Oh, let's just go there, tell people about this, and then go back.
That's
and
what
hunt
I've
some
been
goblins.
saying.
No, you didn't.
We should not leave the carts. We should go to the...
So I... you're so stupid
Up to you.
sometimes.
But we will pick up your decisions in the next episode
Yay.
of this campaign because we are really over time. I hope you guys had fun.
Yes.
This was this is dialing it back a little bit from world-changing events to killing goblins, which is not bad. I like it, even though 3 of you nearly died.
Goblin... These levels are like...
Yeah.
This with the hit points and damage.
Yeah. It's very level 1 is very
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
vulnerable. Good
Yeah.
word.
One good hit and you're dead.
Yeah.
Or dying.
Yeah, bye.
One really good hit and you are dead.
And I think that's it for now. We'll pick up again in about 2 weeks.
Woo,
I
level
don't think
2.
there should be a break for people watching. And thank you for watching. And we'll see you
See
in
you.
the next one. Bye bye.
Stay alive.